tweet out to let the world know that we are live. We are live for Smackdown, and it does feel really strange to be streaming, you know. I think it's because we didn't do a stream yesterday. So as a result, it just kind of feels, but I did do a stream yesterday. I did a member stream. Don't know. Very bizarre. Very bizarre. Hope everyone is well. Let's jump into the chat. Boom. Roman Reigns. Right, let's quickly have a look at what we've got written down for tonight. So, if you are just joining us, because we need to get back on track, the cookie has derailed us, okay? So, we're getting back on track, and matches for tonight. Owens and Otis, Double O, versus Roman Reigns and Jey Uso. We've got tribute to Pat Patterson. Was because I was actually just watching a video that WWE, I don't know when it came out, but I only just saw it, that Gerald Briscoe, now if you know the Stooges, and you know Gerald Briscoe and Pat Patterson were together during the Attitude Era on screen, they were like Vince's henchmen, right? Obviously with Pat Patterson passing away, Gerald Briscoe is someone that you really want to hear from. Like, I don't know if it was his closest friend, but I would imagine it was. So I was actually, like, I was ready to stream. I was ready to go. And I saw this and I was like, I can't not watch this. I can't not watch this. And it's very, very touching. Very, very touching. So I don't know if they'll play that tonight. I have just retweeted it out. So if you haven't seen it, it's really nice. The Pat Patterson tributes have been stunning. They've been... the one they played on NXT the other day that's on social media, incredible and just brilliant. So we are going to get Summit tonight, and I'm looking forward to seeing it, even if it's the same video again, which I would imagine it is. And as well as that, we got King Corbin against Murphy again, because we all remember how much fun last week was. Hayden Garrett, shout out to you. I hope you are well, buddy. I'm glitching out.
Hayden Garrett is a legend. They donated $2 New Zealand via Super Chat. Heydays will be in WWE Thunderdome for Smackdown.
Have fun, Hayden. Okay. Well, I don't know. I'm literally not touching it. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's do some exploring. Let's go full on Dora the Explorer. I can see the levels are coming through. Okay. Okay. Well, just let me know if it keeps cutting in and out. What I did was I just pushed the cables in a little bit more. I mean, they weren't loose, but do you know what I mean? I don't know what else to do. I mean, if you know anything about me, you know that I am not technical support, right? So, like, I am literally just messing around with cables right now. Okay, I'm in a blind panic. Right, Days, are you ready for a good Smackdown? I'm hopeful for a good Smackdown. I don't know that we're going to get one. I always like to be honest, and I think this is a show that it's difficult to get excited for. I think that, I mean, you never know until the show, because obviously anything can happen in the wacky world of wrestling. They could pull a surprise out of nowhere, or, you know, they could launch a brand new story, or literally anything could happen. But I think coming into this episode, I don't think I'm alone in sitting here thinking, looks a bit skippable. It kind of, on paper at the moment, and in fairness, there isn't much, but at the moment you look at it and it looks like one of those shows you could miss and it wouldn't be a problem. So, I don't know, we'll have to wait and see. It did it again. Oops, I did it again with your heart, baby. Do you know what? I have actually got another microphone. I have got another microphone, but A, I don't know where it is, and B, I've never set it up. So it could be a bit of a problem. Could be a bit of a problem.
Wayne Garland is a legend. They donated £2 via a super chat. Heydays, are you enjoying the Fiend Alexa story?
Oh my god. Oh, okay, no, yeah. It didn't work for a second. It didn't work. And then, like, it's for some, like, I was looking down there. I was like, it's not working at all. I've totally broken it. And then it seemed to be fun. Sorry about headphone users. Sorry. So, am I enjoying the Fiend Alexa story? Mid-ish, kind of. I don't know. I kind of feel like it's, on paper, it works, okay? Parts of it work. And then for me, parts of it are just really flipping stupid. Like, if you're going to play Pass the Parcel with a woman, I'm sorry, but I'm going to take the mick out of it. I'm sorry. I'm going to take... If I went to a party and we were playing Pass the Parcel with a person, I would not be able to just sit there and go, this is fine. Yeah. Hello. Nice to meet you. There you go. I would have to say something out loud. Murphy versus Corbin was an awesome match in Bizarro World. Lol. Hello, Jim. Hope you are well, dude. Yeah, well, we get the repeat tonight. We get the replay tonight. And I think he said that he was going to bring reinforcements. He was going to... I don't know. I've heard rumours that it could be that we're building towards Corbin, Ziggler, Rude versus Rey Mysterio, Dominic Mysterio, and Murphy. So it could turn into a 6-man tag. Maybe at TLC. Maybe that's why they're doing this. So, there we go. Look forward to that. Days, that was Vince's idea last week. Well, Vince, if you watch him, I didn't like it. I do think that the Alexa, this is the right thing to do with Alexa. You could argue it'd be better if it was Liv Morgan. I did watch the Liv Morgan documentary, and I think, like, part of her problem might be that she does come across as quite childish backstage. Now, I don't mean that in a disrespectful way, right? Because I know it could be read as being disrespectful, and I don't mean it that way. Because I thought the documentary was fine. Different documentary. It kind of felt like it was pitched at, like, teenage girls that are, like, trying to find themselves. Like, she's got, what looks like notes, like a diary in front of her. She's got her notes and everything, and she's, like, turning the pages, and she's doing the voiceover, and you see her doing the voiceover. She talks about her feelings at certain times, and it's all quite girly and whatever, right? It's not like a normal documentary where it goes through like the history of things, but she's kind of adding to it with the voiceover, and they make that an aspect of it. I suppose they got to do that because what she's feeling and what she's going through is obviously, I suppose, the biggest part of the story, because she doesn't really go on to achieve much, does she? It's not as if she became women's champion or main evented WrestleMania or had a legendary feud, or so they had to kind of structure it a slightly different way. But what I mean is that she seems quite nice as a person. She seems well liked. She seems quite bubbly, quite playful. I just wonder if and it's just speculating, but I just wonder if, like, they look at her and they don't see the professional businesswoman. They don't see the person that they can rely on that can knock it out the park. They see a kid, because she, in the clips, does come across that way. There was one moment in particular where she's talking about Ember, and she's calling her something like Emby, but she's saying it to Michael P.S. Hayes, and Michael Hayes is standing there going, no, it's Ember, and she's going, yeah, Emby, and goes off and goes, hey Pam, and then goes running off with, like, Bailey. So she's very playful, very lovely backstage, all this kind of stuff. The reason why I'm talking about this is because isn't that exactly what Alexa's doing right now? Isn't that exactly the character that Alexa is portraying right now on screen? When they've got an actual woman who is actually like that backstage. Liv Morgan, who we all thought was going to be a part of the Funhouse anyway, who I'm sure would have knocked it out of the park, who it would have been huge if they'd have given it to her. And instead they went with Alexa, who's fine, but I kind of feel like Alexa was pretty well established. I kind of feel like Alexa was there or thereabouts, probably needed a tweak or a change to a character, but I kind of feel like, you know, she had a lot going for her. I don't really feel the same for Liv Morgan. I kind of feel like she's just a bit lost, and I think that's very much what her documentary says as well. She comes across as very lost. So it's very interesting. It's very interesting. So yeah, I recommend it. Check it out. It's as I said, interesting. Thebin says, what do you think if Randy plans to charm Alexa after knowing that she is the Fiend's weakness, but in the end it's revealed that Fiend and Alexa were deceiving Randy? Well, it's difficult. I mean, I don't really want to get stuck onto this topic, to be honest, because it's all opinion stuff, and you know, we're all going to have different opinions on this, but I'm not a massive fan of the Fiend having feelings for Alexa. I kind of think that the Fiend should be like this darkness. I don't know how darkness feels love. How does darkness feel love? Does Satan feel love? Does Satan feel love? It's a big question, isn't it? That's why you come on these streams. You come on these streams for those kinds of questions. Does Satan feel love? Perhaps he loves hurting people, so perhaps there is joy in darkness. I don't know, right? But I do find it a bit strange that he's grown attached. I suppose in a way, you could go a little bit further, and you could go, does that mean that the Fiend doesn't really exist? Does it mean that it's actually Bray psychologically trying to convince us that the Fiend is this otherworldly character? But ultimately it's not. Ultimately it's Bray underneath, and you know, his feelings will still find a way of coming through. So maybe this Fiend character doesn't totally consume Bray. Could go that way. And I'd be interested in that. I'm interested in, I suppose, exploring the psychological aspect of like the Fiend
Gaming
and
in
Bray.
real time is a legend.
I am here
they
for it.
donated $2 New Zealand via a super chat. Days, do you know about the 3 matches for Sunday?
Hello, buddy. Hello, Gaming in real time. Yeah, I do. And thank you for reminding me. I can shout them out. So there are 3 matches. We've got a champion. I think it's a championship match. Drew McIntyre versus Miz. So we've got that on Sunday. We've got, I think, is it a big multi-man match, which is Daniel Bryan, Rey Mysterio, the Street Profits, and Jeff Hardy taking on people. So it's like this big multi-man match. There's another one as well, which I think is, I want to say Bailey involved. Bailey and someone. Oh my God, flippity flip. I was literally just looking at it. Here's me going, yeah, I know, I know about it. What are they? Oh, I can't say. I've signed something that means I'm not allowed to tell you. Let me have a look. Oh, did you see that woman, by the way? I love that woman. Did you see that woman? I like to try and watch some of the American late night clips from like the late night talk shows, the different talk shows, and they were all talking about that Melissa woman. Zero. She was so funny. There's going to be a lot of you that won't know what I'm on about, but there was a woman in court, and it's all to do with the election, and I don't care about any of that, right? Let's park that. Yeah, last thing we need as wrestling fans is more division. So we'll put all of the election stuff to one side, but can we just focus on her? Right? What did you do to it? What did you do to the buck? She was flipping hilarious. They were like, so are you saying that the poll that you saw was out by 30,000? 30,000? Try 100,000. I think literally I'm entertaining myself right now, but if you saw it, you'll know what I mean. Right, okay, hang on. Come on, let's get this back to wrestling, guys. You lot are all over the place. Right, we've got Sasha and Bianca versus Bailey and Natalia. So there's a match. We've also got WWE Champion Drew McIntyre taking on The Miz, so it doesn't say here that it's for the championship. And then we've got Daniel Bryan, Rey Mysterio, Jeff Hardy, the Street Profits taking on King Corbin, Elias, Sami Zayn, Dolph Ziggler, Robert Roode. So there we go. What better way of paying tribute to all of them wonderful troops than by giving them that massive, pointless match that means nothing, that no one wants to see, and will probably depress us all. I mean, in all fairness, I mean, it's a bit different, isn't it? Because I'd imagine that it's going to be at the Amway. I'd imagine it's going to be in the Thunderdome, and I'd imagine that the troops won't actually be there, but they'll probably be on the screens. So it's not even as if you're like... I could understand if they'd have flown all of these people over to, like, wherever you're fighting right now in America. Amongst yourselves, by the looks of it, on the news. But, like, if ever they'd flown them off wherever, just so you could see them in person, I would get that a little bit more. But I don't know if it is just going to be in an empty Thunderdome with no one actually there. Do we need all these people on this show? Do we? Do we? It's just a question I'm asking out loud because it's what I do. So, shout out to you, Gaming in Real Time. Days, hopefully tribute to the troops will be on Watch Wrestling. Wow. I can't support illegal channels, illegal means like that, I'm afraid. So I can't say. But we will find a way of watching it. Days, is it just me, or did Raw change their theme song? It did change a few weeks back, didn't it? I like it. I think the general consensus
Creed is a legend.
It's not
they donated £1.99
I've seen more people
via
complaining than enjoying it.
Versus Randy just announced for TLC Days.
Miller's Show, shout out to you, sir. Hope you are well. Thank you for joining us. So shout out to Miller's Show. Creed says Fiend versus Randy just announced. I wish I had a just announced bell. That's not even a bell, is it? Well, I suppose it is. But it's not the bell I was doing. But, yeah, okay, that's cool. I suppose not the biggest surprise, but still cool. I mean, still very exciting. And I don't know if you saw the news that Randy will be on the Firefly Funhouse on Monday. So, big Firefly Funhouse. Randy is going to go into the Funhouse.
Is a legend. They donated $1.99 via a super chat.
In a way.
I love your channel.
Thank you, Miller's Show. You are. It's great to have you around. Have your support. Obviously, seen you on here quite a few times before. So sit back, relax, my friend, and whatever is about to happen, we'll obviously have some fun with. Well, we'll certainly try. I can't guarantee fun. Yeah, that's the one thing we can't guarantee. We can guarantee depression, but we can't guarantee fun. Yeah, whatever's about to go down, we're here for it. So shout out to you, Miller's Show. Let's try and get down to the latest chats. The current Raw intro theme is awful, says Wrestling Days fan. Hi Days, there's a lot of heat for Triple H on Twitter today. Is that? Why? I haven't seen that. In fairness, I haven't been on Twitter much today because I sleep at weird times. So, fill me in because I have not seen Triple H heat. Whacking, shout out to you, says, Days, any news on AEW and Impact? Yes, there is. We can come to it in a sec. Jordan on S says, do you think SmackDown's going to respond to AEW with their own surprise? I don't think so. I mean, I don't think they're going to be able to have anything as big as Sting.
They donated $1.99 via a super chat. Days, any news on AEW and Impact Wrestling?
Yes. We'll wait for the next one, because I'll start talking and then she'll read out Jordan's. We all know how this works. I'm not falling for this. I'm playing the game. Don't let the game play you. Yeah. Although she is making me wait now, isn't she, in all fairness? She's proper got into my head now. Where are you? Where are you?
Jordan is a legend.
Right,
they donated $4.99 via a super chat. Cool. Do you think SmackDown gonna respond to AEW with their own surprise?
Eru. Do I think they're gonna respond to Eru with their own surprise? Stupid woman. Right. Not you, Jordan. I'm not saying you're a stupid woman. Maybe you are. But No, I don't. I don't think they. I think they may have heard rumblings that he was going to arrive, because you'd imagine people talk in the business and whatever. So they might have known. But honestly, I think they're probably so focused on TLC, so focused on doing their own thing. I don't think that what AEW does on a Wednesday really impacts Raw or SmackDown. You might find Triple H going into a bit of a panic right now. I think, will trust in what he's doing. I think he'll trust in the team that he's got, and I think he'll stick with the plans that he's got. But they killed him. I mean, they literally killed him. It was 900 odd thousand compared to 600 some thousand. So yeah, I mean, it's not a surprise because it was a big themed show with a title match. They were always going to win. I saw people saying I'm surprised they didn't get 1 million AEW, and I kind of have to agree. I mean, really, what more could they have done to have got the 1 million? So I kind of agree. I do agree that I was expecting it to be about 1 million. So 900 and I can't remember the exact number. About 80,000 short of that 1 million mark. Whatever. I mean, like,
David Paul is a legend.
It is what it is.
They donated
but
$5
no, I'm not
via
expecting. I'm not
Super
expecting a
Chat.
surprise.
Saw some AU Dynamite news. No update as of yet to when the week of Christmas Dynamite will be, since NBA will be on the 23rd of December.
That's interesting, David Paul. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Right, okay, so news in regards to Impact. So Impact apparently is taped up until January. They did a lot of tape-ins recently. So all the shows for December are, to my knowledge, recorded, done, in the bag. Let's get ready to rumble, right? Now, the only thing I would say is that obviously includes this week's episode. And there was nothing, zero, zip, zilch, nothing in there about AEW. And why would there be? Because you would run the risk of that news getting out. All the cameramen, all the sound technicians, the people that work in production, runners, stagehands, blah, 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 blah. Yeah? So, why would you do any kind of AEW announcement at a taping before it's even been announced on, like, Dynamite or, you know? So, they're apparently filming, and may have already filmed, a little segment to drop into next week's episode. So, on Tuesday, Impact is going to be Impact, and there'll be apparently one segment that's going to be recorded. I mean, it's all recorded, but this isn't going to be Omega in the ring. This is Omega somewhere, right? And he is going to obviously talk with Don Callis. Don't know what they're going to say. That's obviously going to still have a lot of interest. There's a lot of buzz around Impact at the moment. And but apparently don't expect an AEW invasion. The show is taped and it's not happening, right? But there will be one segment that's been recorded that's going to get dropped in. That's Kenny Omega. Okay, so we know that's what's coming. And then apparently all the other stuff that's been taped, there's obviously nothing AEW related in there. So if they are going to drop stuff in, it's going to be little things here or there. So the latest rumours are there won't be any big AEW invasion. You might see Impact doing something on AEW. But don't expect much the other way round. Don't expect much from AEW doing stuff with Impact. Apparently, the rumours are that Kenny is kind of doing this as a favour to Don. This kind of relationship doesn't seem as strong as what was first being reported. There's no big plans for a big show, no big plans for a big pay-per-view, no big plans for a big invasion. There's no big plans. The only rumours are they may look to do something with the Good Brothers in AEW. I mean, this is all I've read. Look, keep an eye out for the Good Brothers arriving in AEW and pre-recorded segments going on to Impact. Now, they surely will have seen the buzz and the excitement around this. So that can change. Things can always change. But I wouldn't really expect much to change in December. I think if they are going to get a bit more serious with this relationship, whatever it looks like, I think you'll probably start to see that kind of come through more in January and 2021. So certainly not saying this is nothing, forget
Miller's
about it.
show is a
It's dead in the
legend.
water.
They donated $1.99
Don't
via
get
Super
carried away.
Chat. Bobby Lashley versus Matt Riddle announced that at TLC.
Ah, well, they're really firing through these TLC announcements, aren't they? I saw that they had announced Asuka and Lana against Shayna and Nia for TLC as well. So, looks like we're getting quite a few TLC announcements at the moment. So, shout out to you, Miller's show. I hadn't seen that news. Bobby Lashley against Matt Riddle announced at TLC. So, yes, that's the latest news. Planet Dan says, do you remember the interview when Kenny had the dog? There was a photo of Don Callis, so it was hidden in plain sight. I love AEW. It's the little things. That is true, yeah. It was a picture that I couldn't figure out who it was. I don't even know where they were, actually. Were they around his house or something? And was it with JR? And the picture in the middle, didn't know who it was, and then it did turn out to be Don Callis. And then I think it was the next week Don Callis made his first appearance on the show. And then I think, am I right in saying this was his second appearance on commentary? I mean, obviously they've got a great relationship, and I think that's where this relationship has started and what's kind of driving it, if you will. I don't think it's so much Tony Khan, like, right, let's do a big pay-per-view. I think it's more Kenny and Don, like, can we do something? Is there a little something we can do? And Tony, I think, has agreed to let Kenny go over to Impact and, you know, do a few things over there. So this can grow. Make no mistake about it. This can grow. But curb your expectations for now. That's all I would say. Just curb them a little. But let's see what's said on Tuesday. Adam says Pat Patterson R.I.P. because NXT paid tribute to him before NXT 2 days ago. Triple H, Shawn Michaels, NXT William Regal, NXT roster. Pat Patterson passed away in a Miami hospital. He did, yes, and very sad news. I'm still looking to see the Triple H news about why he was getting laid into. Days, there are rumours that they might join their companies. It said that Triple H wanted it. They might join their companies. What companies, buddy? Triple H wanted it means NXT and Impact? I don't know. There are rumours. Colin, what companies, Colin? Did you see the TikTok where Lana kissed Asuka? It was big news yesterday. Big news. Probably going to be The Rock returning at Royal Rumble. I would love that. Days, Vince wanted to do a love angle for Taker with Sable in the past, but his then wife, who I think was called Sarah, caused the idea to be rejected. Okay, cool. Can we get a Rosemary and Bunny reunion? I think I'm not seeing much of like crossover right now. That's just not being reported. I've not seen that being reported anywhere. But you know as well as I do how fast the wrestling world moves and how fast things change. But right now, it is you can speculate on all those kind of things. But right now, no. Right now, it's Good Brothers potentially going to AEW, Kenny Omega making a couple appearances, and that is it. That is it. I don't know what's going to be said. I don't know if Kenny could look to defend the title against someone out of Impact. Like, maybe they'll go do that. I feel like they should do something. He's got to say something, hasn't he? He's got to say something on Impact. So I'm very interested to see what he's going to say. But as of right now, there are, no reports of anything like that. Plus, you got to factor in COVID at the moment. I mean, like, you can't really be having, like, two massive groups of people, like, you know what I mean, two companies warring it out. And, you know, like we saw with Raw and Smackdown the other year and NXT. I mean, we didn't even get that this year, did we? We didn't even get NXT involved in Survivor Series. And then there was no invasions at all between brands. So, again, you've got to be quite limited with... You're limited with what you can do at the moment. But, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't ultimately rule those little things out. But as I said, I think you've got to look at 2021 at the moment, unless things change. Do you think SmackDown will be about Pat? Not all about Pat, but they've said that there will be a tribute. Harley says, apparently, according to Ringside News, WWE has got a huge surprise for the Rumble. Okay. That will make the whole stadium shaky of emotion. Oh my God. Shaky of emotion. I was shaky of emotion once. I was a mess. I was, shaky of emotion. You know, if a cow becomes shaky of emotion, does he become milkshaky of emotion? It's a big question. I ask the questions that people are thinking. See Wrestling, shout out to you. Basically, AEW wanted the Good Brothers. They couldn't agree terms. They went to Impact, and AEW have found a way to cater to Bullet Club fans and bring them in anyway. It's genius. It is genius. Yeah, I mean, it is quite clever. It is quite clever. I don't know, yeah. I mean, like, there are so many interesting matches that you can do. And there's been a lot of excitement about, like, Bullet Club OGs getting back together. And, I mean, it is very marketable, isn't it? It is very, very marketable. I mean, if you just think how successful those Bullet Club shirts were. I know it's crazy to sit here and talk about a T-shirt, but flip. They were absolutely everywhere. I heard a story. I can't remember where I read this. I might even have been told it. But apparently, Hot Topic got picked up the phone and called WWE. And they were like, we are seeing these Bullet Club shirts absolutely everywhere, right? Let us in. Let's do a deal. And WWE were like, oh, that's not us. That's not our company, I'm afraid. And they were like, oh, sorry. So apparently, Hot Topic called up WWE, wanting to get the rights to sell Bullet Club shirts. And obviously, ultimately, they would. They would go on to sell Bullet Club shirts. So, yeah, it's a fun little story. I hope that went straight through to Vince. God damn! What's a Bullet Club? Do you mean Balor Club? Do you mean Balor Club? We've got millions of Balor Club shirts, goddamn. Can I please get a shout out? Nicholas, no. But shout out to you, Nicholas. Do you think Carmella versus Sasha TLC? You would think so. I would think so. They're, yes, is the answer. I don't even know why I'm sitting on the fence with it. Do I think they're going to do that match at TLC? Yes, I do. Febin says, Days, I just remembered the old fun house where we saw a group of children with depressed faces. Yes. What do you think about some kind of theory where they are trapped and held hostage? I think we did touch on that at the time. That, the whole you couldn't ever leave kind of thing. Yeah, I mean, the only thing I'd say is, where are they? If they are trapped there and they can't leave, where are they? Are they all behind the TV? What's going on? So, yeah, there's many questions. Perhaps it was like a day trip out for like a local school. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes you go to the museum. Sometimes you have to go to the park. Sometimes you got to look at leaves. And that school just got to go to the Firefly Funhouse. And they were like, will the Fiend be there? And they were like, no. And that's why they were all so down and depressed. Because they had to meet stupid Funhouse Bray. And kids love the Fiend. They don't love Funhouse Bray. I love Funhouse Bray. But kids don't. Kids are into the Fiend. So that's why they were down. Either that or they're trapped in the Funhouse. One or the other. Days, do you know that Leon Ruff won the North American Championship? I know. And apparently when you're North American champion, you get given a referee as a wife. Isn't that cool? Isn't that amazing? So there we go. He got the North American Championship and he got to pick any referee, any of these referees you can have as a wife. Which one do you want, Leon Ruff? And I think he made a good choice. Let's put it that way. I think he made a good choice. Isn't there like one guy that's like got so much fake tan that is just literally like he could be mistaken for an Oompa Loompa. I might have gone with him. Do you know what I mean? I feel like I'd have endless jokes that I could make about that. And I'd live a happy life as a result. Mercy ate the children. They were his starter for Ramblin' Rabbit as the main course. There we go. That's a big starter. What, you're going to have all the kids and then your main is like... you do get that in restaurants though, don't you? Do you know what I mean? Where you just get like little courses, little snacks. So, makes sense. Jennifer says, if you could have any finisher, what would it be? I don't know, man. I mean, like, I wouldn't want to be in the ring anyway, to be honest. I mean, I'd love to be in the ring if I was a trained wrestler who had dedicated my life to the craft. Do you know what I mean? If I'd, like, put all the hours in and had, like, loads of indie matches and all of that, then, yeah, let's do it. Let's tell some stories. Let's pull on some heartstrings, baby. But, so then I would be interested. But I mean, like, this will come as a surprise, but I'm a long way away from that. In fact, I would argue I'm probably the furthest away from that than any other human on the planet. So, I am gonna say that I would invent the runaway, which is where literally I'm about to win and I just run away. And then I end up losing all my matches by count out. But I can then retire having never been pinned, never been submitted, and I can make t-shirts on Pro Wrestling Tees about that. Ramblin' Rabbit comes back. Mercy hasn't finished his main course. Oh, yeah. It's like the never-ending gobstopper, isn't it? You know, like how it keeps, like, you can never get rid of it. It's kind of, wonder how long it takes him to regenerate. You could have, oh my God, if you had, like, a Ramblin' Rabbit, you could enjoy eating rabbit, which is all right. I've had rabbit. You can have, like, rabbit stew and rabbit pie and things like that. My granddad loved rabbit stew. Loved it. I think it was, like, an old thing. I don't think people are, like, eating rabbits so much now. But, not like pet rabbits as well, by the way. I'm talking about wild hares, yeah? Which I honestly, if anyone knows about wild hares, it's this guy right here. Hello. But, anyway, all of that to one side. You can enjoy it every single day. Oh, that was good, rabbit. Yeah? Next day. Boof. Oh, that was good, rabbit. I wonder if it would taste as good. I bet over time it would get more bitter, wouldn't it? Do you know what I mean? I can't imagine every morning he'd be like, hello. He'd be like, can I just have a day off? Can you not have a salad today instead? It's like, no. Rabbit. You've inspired me now. I want to see if I can find one. Jordan, shout out to you. I feel like there's quite a few bits of news that we need to touch on. We've only got 20 minutes. We're running out of time. And I'm having to sit here and wait for the voiceover woman. Oh, come on.
Jordan Arnis is a legend. They donated $1.99 via a super chat. Why hasn't Asuka defended her for a while?
Why hasn't who? Why hasn't what? What? She has proper got one on her today, hasn't she? She's proper late at reading things out. She calls AEW AU. And now she's like, why hasn't Asuka? Oh, do you think it's jealousy? I reckon it's jealousy. Look, we're all guys here, yeah? You know what women are like. Come on, yeah? Yeah, boys? Yeah, lads? You know what women are like. Why hasn't Asuka defended her title for a while? Well, I'll tell you why. Because she's a trollop. Right? Yeah, we know, don't we, boys? We know. But, why hasn't she defended for a while? Well, she didn't have to, did she, at Survivor Series? Because it was that champion versus champion thing. So, if Survivor Series wasn't that, then she would have defended there. Granted, she's got out of it now. I think they're just waiting for maybe Naomi. you've got to think Naomi moved over to Raw to have that feud. So I think they're just waiting on her. I think putting her with Lana's quite fun. The little TikTok thing I saw was fun. So I'm into it. Sup, bro? I'm going to be in the Thunderdome, says Insanity. Shout out to you. Dave, Sunny Wolf and Monica would like to have a word with you. Oh, did they just pop in? All right, don't tell them. Because again, look, you know what women are like, yeah? If they find out something like that, they'll be like, ah! Any reason to do the head shake thing? Any reason to go, ah! I'm a big hit with the ladies. What if the people in Corbin's corner are the Forgotten Sons? I think, straight up, I think they have been literally living up to their name. You've got to say that it takes next level, doesn't it? Next level dedication to your character. If your character or your team is the Forgotten Sons, to be that forgotten, to be that invisible is very impressive. Very impressive. So I think they should just keep doing what they're doing. I think they're living up to their names. Could you imagine if they retire and go in the Hall of Fame? How incredible would that be? Go straight into the Hall of Fame. You never even knew they were there. Ladies and gentlemen, the Forgotten
Gaming
Sons.
in real time is a legend. They donated $2 New Zealand via a super chat. Days, do you think Kevin versus Roman tables match?
Kevin versus Roman in a tables match. I mean, it could go that way. You've got Daniel Bryan floating around as well, haven't you? But I suppose Owens and Roman after last week and the way that he was... I loved that segment last week. I mean, that shows that even on paper, some of these things, you know, might not look that exciting, but when executed really well, and we're so not used to seeing them executed really well, but when executed really well, very impressive. Him talking to Roman through that TV. Are you watching, Roman? Are you watching? It was really, really impressive.
Scott Turner is a legend.
So,
they donated £2 via a super chat. Kenny Omega versus Roman Reigns. Days, who would win?
Kenny Omegaverse. Is that what we're in? Are we in the Kenny Omegaverse? I thought I was in the universe, but it's the Kenny Omegaverse. Wow. Explains why everything is so clean. The Kenny Omegaverse? What is up with this flipping? Honestly, the sass that is coming off her today. Why didn't she just say Kenny Omega versus Roman Reigns? Like, there was no pause between the Omega and the verse. Kenny Omegaverse? Kenny Omegaverse, Roman Reigns. Days, who would win? Days, even if you're listening to me. I don't know if you are anymore. Just read these yourself. Just read it. In a minute, she is going to storm out of the stream. Kenny Omegaverse, Roman Reigns. Who would win? Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns would win. I mean, I think in every aspect, Roman Reigns wins that match. I think if it's a straight fight, Roman wins that match. I think he's bigger. I think he's stronger. So I think he wins. I think if it's... Professional wrestling is interesting, isn't it? Because if it's a technical professional wrestling match, it's going to come down to booking, isn't it? I mean, like, if WWE are booking it, Roman wins. If AEW is booking it, do you know what? They still might have Roman winning. Their booking has been a little bit questionable at times. But you would think they would give it to Kenny. So, I don't know, man. I'm personally more into Roman than the Kenny Omega verse. But, yeah. Some of you might be different. Wowie Yowie says, are you on Tinder? I don't know what wood this is made out of. I think it's oak. I don't know. But it's leather. Leather. And with a wooden frame. So it could be Tinder. Tinder. I thought you said timber. No, is the answer. I had a little look on there once. Do you know what I mean? I had a little look. See what's around. And it was horrific. I'll tell you what's around. Ugliness. That's what's around. WWE and Impact and rumours say AEW and Japan Pro might join forces. WWE and Impact. AEW and New Japan. Rumours about that, yes. Quadro says, Days, do you think Bianca should win the Rumble? Should she win the Rumble? I would like that. I would like that. I would like Bianca to win it. I think there's a few ways that you can go. I think you could do Becky. You could do... I don't know when a baby drops. Say drops. It sounds like a single, doesn't it? Well, hopefully it is a single. I think she'll be surprised if it's more than a single. If it's an album, if it's a whole album of children, whew. It could be Becky. I doubt it. Could be Ronda. Where is Ronda? Where is she? I think she's playing World of Warcraft these days. Grow up, woman. Yeah. Although, if you play World of Warcraft out there, shout out to you. Shout out to all the level 7 goblins. Goblins in the house. Ronda, Bianca, Becky. I'd say one of them. Mr. Rotella. What would the itinerary of a day's Tinder date be? What would the itinerary of a day's Tinder date be? Them some big words. Okay, hang on. In my mind, itinerary is like contents, lists of things. So what's the list of things that a Tinder date? So if someone went on a date with me, what's the list of things they could... Oh, I'm having to decode this question here. You're making me work hard. I can't cope with big words like this. What can they expect? Oh, honestly, not much. Let's put it that way. First of all, they're probably going to have to be on a stream. Cause I pretty much stream every day, right? So, first question is, am I all right to share your likeness with a few thousand people around the world, right? It's a weird first question. You're not going to get that from everyone, right? So, is that okay? And can you sign this release form? Yeah? So, get them to sign the release form. So they say yes, then go, hello, my name is Days. Do the whole introduction thing. Maybe I do that before. I haven't worked it out yet, right? So then we do that. Then I think we would try and do the stream first. Are they saying that streams can end at like morning? I don't want to be going out on a date before a stream. Oh my God, could you imagine? Because you have to put in so much effort. I can't be going on a date and putting in effort and then coming on a stream and putting in effort, because I don't know if you've noticed, there's a lot that goes into this. Yeah? A lot of people think that I just sit down and just start streaming, and that is so offensive to me. That is so offensive with the hours upon hours of work I put into honing my craft, right? So I can't go out on a date, put all that effort in, and then jump on a stream and put more effort in. I've only got so much effort, right? So this is why it's never happened. Like, I've never been out on a date and then done a stream after. Or vice versa. I mean, doing it the other way around would be even weird, because the streams tend to finish about 3 o'clock in the morning. Imagine your boy rolling up at about 3, 4 in the morning. Yeah? Where are we going? In this COVID landscape. So, yeah, it's a mess. I mean, maybe we would go toy hunting together. I don't know. I'd be like, look, girls' aisle is over there. Yeah? Pick up anything you want. Yeah? No more than £10, though. I'm not made of money, right? So, anything you want. Yeah? You can't have the electric car things. Forget them. Right? But, here you go. And the bargain section, just so you know, I'm not forcing you there. I'm just saying, the bargains, there's a little table just at the front of the store. We actually walk past it, right? So, in fact, let me show you. Come on, I'll show you. So you've definitely seen it. Come on. And then we'd go and I'd show her all the way around the bargain table, top, bottom. We'd have a good look. Yeah? Anything catch the eye? Yeah? Okay. No, yeah, you can go back to that aisle, but just remember the bargain section's there. Yeah? Right. You got 5 minutes. And then I'd go to the toy bit, so So yeah, I mean, difficult to put all that down on a Tinder profile, but hey, 2021, baby, 2021. Days, your WWE character is Sami Zayn. That's good, isn't it? I mean, that could be way worse. He always runs away in a match, and I suspect you'd do the same, dude. I'm telling you, I would do the same. I'm telling you, like, my mouth is telling you I would do the same. And I mean, like, look, it can't be lost on people that we've got very similar hairstyles, very similar groomed beards. I don't want to say that Sammy is a fan of these streams, but, I mean, open your eyes, people. Yeah? Open your eyes, sheeple. Yeah? The truth is out there. These aren't just coincidences, yeah? So, he definitely, I think you're seeing my influence on the show. What wrestler would you like to manage? I'd like to manage a quiet wrestler, someone that needs someone to talk for them, because, and someone that I think is like really good in the ring. Nakamura could be quite fun. The reason why I say Nakamura is because he's awesome in the ring. He's a legend, former IWGP champion. I think like he's got a great size to him as well. Like he would be significantly tall. I'm around about just under the 6 foot mark, right? So he would be. I think I don't know how tall he is, but it's definitely like a 6'2", 6'3", 6'4", somewhere around that ballpark. So he would be taller, and I think it always looks better when, do you know what I mean? You're stood next to a wrestler and they tower over you, because you'd have to play
Philip
that role as the manager,
is a legend. They donated $4.99 via a super chat. Hey Days, you used to be so excited for The Fiend. What was it that took the excitement away for you?
I think for me, I agree. It is different. I think for me, when it was the Funhouse, and it was psychological, and it was Bray's got a split personality, and this is really dark, and what does he mean by all of this? I kind of feel that as time went by, and just little things like the loss to Goldberg was a bit of a knock, right? And then like when they were promising Funhouse episodes on SmackDown, and they weren't. I mean, they were in that backstage set, but they were just promos. He could have cut them backstage and it would have made no difference. Like it was basically him with a couple of puppets, and there might be the odd occasion where he'd try and have the puppets do a little something, but compared to those original Funhouse episodes that had themes and things along those lines, it just was nowhere near the same. It was offensive to even call them Firefly Funhouse episodes, or advertise them as, like, join us after the break with the Firefly Funhouse. Like, we're going to the Funhouse, but it's not the same as the episodes we were getting. So I think it was, like, little things like that. And then I just think, like, some of the feuds, like, his feud with Braun was, like, it was all right, but it didn't set the world on fire. I think what he did at WrestleMania, rather than having, like, a killer match, I think he did that kind of very visual thing that we're still in the dark about. You know, if people, I'm sitting here in December, that was way back in April, and if people go, how did the Cena Bray Wyatt feud end? Well, sit down. Are you sitting down? Because it gets a bit strange. I mean, like, Cena just disappeared. And again, it's great. You can theorize about it and whatever, but
Bro is a legend.
I can't say it was satisfying.
$5 via
it didn't
super
leave me
chat.
satisfied.
What you think about the possibilities of an Impact Air your program?
So just to wrap up on that conversation, I'm still on board with The Fiend and Alexa, and I think they're doing some good stuff now. They've gone back to making Funhouse episodes feel special, which is great, and it's the right thing to do. I think bringing in Alexa is great because it means they can now do something in the women's division. But there's still a few things that's just not quite right. I think at the start, everything was fresh, new, hitting, and it was hitting hard. it was something we hadn't seen, and I love backstage vignettes. I've always been a big fan of those. I feel they should do more. I think for me, Ali was at his absolute best when he was doing his backstage promos. I remember one where I think he was like on the streets of Chicago. I remember him being outside, rain coming down, and Ali was cutting this promo to the camera. And it's like really atmospheric. And he's talking about being an ex-police officer and all this, and he's out on the streets talking, and it feels so different, and it's so... I was on board. I believe that was around the time that I think they were looking at pushing him, and he was going to be in the gauntlet match and all of that kind of stuff. So I love vignettes as well. I do. I love vignettes, and I hope they do something like that for Sting. I think it would really benefit Sting on AEW if they give him not just backstage promos or not just in a dark room, but give him some. Let's go to his wherever. Where does Sting live? Hopefully it's not just a boring house with like wallpaper or whatever. In my mind, it's the Batcave. In my mind, it's the freaking Batcave. So, yeah, that's why I was so excited. And I think just over time, things have stumbled or just kind of don't have the same punch that they had at the start. But we're still there. We're still there. Moro, shout out to you, says... What do you think about the possibilities of an AEW Impact program? I think there is possibilities. I think we spoke about it at length at the start. I think you're looking 2021, and I think that there's a lot of excitement, and they've got to see that excitement. They've got to. This isn't like WWE. In WWE where the fans get really excited, and WWE see it and they go and walk away. With AEW, you've got to think that they will see the excitement and go, we need to do something with this. That, I think, is a big difference between the companies. I think the products that you get on screen are around the same. We've spoken at length before about how they could present themselves a little different. But I think their presentation, a lot of what you see, a lot of the match structures, a lot of characters, the way they use comedy, it's sort of the same as what's out there. But I do think what they are better at is listening to fans and going with things. So if Tony thinks that this is what the fans want and he thinks he can do something with this, then I think they'll explore it. So expect this to be a slow burn. That's what I'm hearing. That the plan's quite limited at the moment. So, but yeah, they could definitely do something with it. And I'd be more confident that AEW would than WWE. What do you think about Asuka and Lana will win at TLC? Do I think Asuka and Lana will win? Oh, that flipping alarm! Do I think they will win? I think yes. Yeah, I think they could. Why not? Why not? They've done a lot to Lana, putting her through tables and all of this. So, yeah, why not pull that trigger and do something at the start of the year? We've got a moment of silence. We've got everyone on the stage at the moment. Obviously, I'm talking not to be disrespectful, but I'm talking just to tell you what's happening. Sergeant Slaughter, front and centre. Gerald Briscoe's there as well. Gerald Briscoe right next to Vince, and it's so right. I mean, look, when do they do this? When do they do this? It's a huge loss. It's a huge loss. Think about when like Dusty passed away, His impact, his influence is all over WWE. They're doing a 10-bell salute for Pat Patterson. Oh, it's pretty rough, isn't it? It is pretty rough. All the superstars are on stage. Vince front and center. Well, actually, it's Roman that's at front and center. Gerald Briscoe looks quite frail next to him. And Gerald Briscoe really will have felt that. As we said, they hit the road together. It's so right that he's there. It's there's a thank you Pat chant that's being piped in. Tough, man. I mean, a beautiful tribute. So respectful. So big as well. If you think about some of the others that have passed away and it's just been a graphic. First of all, to have Vince out there at the start of the show. Gerald Briscoe, who was released earlier this year. To have him brought back so that he can stand there is so right. Like, that had to happen. That had to happen. So I'm really pleased to see that they've done that for him and that he was able to be there. Obviously, he was let go, and there was a lot of outrage about that, rightfully so. Really, he's someone that should have a contract for life, regardless of whether he does anything or not. He'd been with the company 35 years. So, it's good that he came back. Good. Yeah, good. The show is 10 out of 10 so far. Kayla Braxton is in the ring. Okay, so Kayla welcomes us to Friday Night Smackdown. Is there an interview? I would think so. Yeah. Five-time heavyweight champion. Wow, she's going through all of his achievements. The head of the table, the best of the best. She got a crush on him or something. What's going on? Roman Reigns. Dun-dun, dun-dun, dun-dun. Tell you what, Roman, take a hint, because Kayla Braxton is all over your achievements. She was like, multiple-time WrestleMania winner, 5-time heavyweight champion, head of the table, and head of my heart, Roman Reigns. She wants some of that poo-tang. Is that a bad word? I don't know. I saw kids saying it. Blame it on them if it is. If Days and Sammy teamed up, it would be called Sammy Days. It's true. Don says Kayla did great. Jim says, I don't remember Roman winning the IC title. I think there was a figure that came with him with the IC belt. And that would be my only recollection of it. So, I agree. I can't quite recall it. It was a very memorable reign. It was a Roman reign. Kayla is so short. Lol. Days with a pun tang drop. That's right, a pun tang drop. I like Jay's shirts. I'ma get 'em. I'ma get 'em. Yeah, I'ma get 'em. I'ma go hard. I'ma go hard. Who's that? I'ma go hard. I'ma go hard. I'ma go hard. Who is that? I can't remember who that is now. Oh, it don't matter. I'ma get 'em. I'ma get 'em. I'ma get 'em. I'ma get 'em, I'ma get 'em. I'ma get 'em, I'ma get 'em, I'ma get 'em. I'ma get 'em, I'ma get 'em, I'ma get 'em. I'ma get 'em, I'ma get 'em. I'ma get 'em, I'ma get 'em, I'ma get 'em, I'ma get 'em. I'ma get 'em. That's, there's a lot of youngsters out there that are like, is this guy all right? Trust me, there's a lot of grown-ups out there that are like, is this guy all right? What do you want me to do whilst they make the slowest walk to the ring? I swear to God, now the Undertaker's retired, Vince has turned to Roman and he's gone, right, I want you to walk to the ring half the speed of the Undertaker did. Half? You mean double? No. Half. We've got 2 hours to kill. So we need to chop off about flipping 10 minutes here. Here we go, look, straight over. Straight over. Look, she doesn't know what to do. She's like, If you're going to announce me, do it right. She does. I'm telling you, she wants some of that poo-tang pie. Your tribal chief. If they did like an you know, Chippendale, if they did like a human reenactment of that, just saying, Kayla and Dale. Ooh. The tribal chief. Yeah, the tribal chief is here. Amadeus is in the background. We got look at Paul. They're showing a replay of Paul Heyman in the background doing this. I mean, it is all about the little things, isn't it? Days, are you drunk or did you walk into a pole? No, I was out on a date. I was out on a date before this and I had one too many shandies. That's what I had. Ypsilanti. Oh, what a conversation that was. What a conversation that was. I think we got a whole stream out of Ypsilanti, didn't we? We were stuck on that for a while. Killer song, though. Colin says, R.I.P. Raw Underground 2020 to 2020. This is like porn with Roman. How strange. Brandy, shout out to you. In quarantine again. Thanks for wrestling, family. What? I hope everything's all right. Is that you or like your area? I'm guessing that's like what's your in self-isolation. That sucks. That really sucks. Shout out to you, Brandy. I hope you are well. Monica sending her thoughts to Brandy. So is Big Boy Dally and Wrestling Days fan. Imtiaz as well.
Brandy Smith is a legend.
You get the voiceover as well, Brandy. That'll cheer you up.
Although
she's a bit off today.
In quarantine again. Thanks for wrestling, family. Heart.
There we go. She was all right with you. She's took sympathy on you, Brandy. Every other woman, she's pronouncing their names wrong. Asuka is... So, but no, with you, she's cool. So, shout out to you, Brandy. Honestly, I hope you get better soon. I hope you feel better soon. I'm really sorry to hear that. BOD Talks says, I learned more about US history on the Raw stream than I do in global class. What's global class? What's global class? What kind of lessons are you kids having? What you got today? I got math. I got science. Got cooking. And finishing it off with global. The freak is global? What are they are you in America? Are they teaching you global? Hang on, no, straight up. What is global? Global to me would be geography. Do you mean geography? I think, dude, I think you're in geography, and I think you've already flunked it. I think you've already got it wrong. Is this global? No, it's geography. Do you walk into a history lesson going, is this the past? I've got, at 2 o'clock, I've got the past. Then at 3 o'clock, I've got global. And then 5 o'clock, I've got running around, and then I'm going home. That is wild. Oh, I want to learn global now. Right, we just had a video package, by the way. You asked me stupid questions. She is not going to like that. She's got such a crush on him. Michael Cole could have done this job. Oh, that's the biggest burn of all time. Michael Cole could do what you're doing. Oh, if anyone says that to me, oh, I'll quit YouTube. I'll be gone. That'll be it. Michael Cole could do what you do. That's the most heelish thing Roman has ever said. He's just said to a woman, Michael Cole could do... Would he have to wear the same outfit? That's the big question. If Michael Cole had to wear that exact same outfit, sign me up, baby. I want to see that interview now. Because that is a sexy little top that she's wearing. Yeah, imagine that on Michael Cole. That's what I want you to do right now. That's what I want you to do right now. He's got a lovely red suit on. Bright red. Little black negligee. Might not be the right word. But, yeah. Look at that. I'm doing it. I'm sure you are as well. I don't understand. Is Roman built into a feud with Kayla Braxton? Is that TLC? Oh, I want that now as well. I can't handle this amateur. Kayla. Here's Paul. Here's Wobbly Walrus. The ratings have had the highest surge of the calendar year, according to Paul Heyman. This has turned into let's all lay into Kayla Braxton. Slightly tweaked Kevin Owens music. Sounds a little bit more dynamic at the start. I don't see the point in waiting for later. Okay. Kevin is... Oh, I'm going to get him. Oh, why is Jay always stepping out of line? Does he not know his place yet? I wasn't talking to the bus boy. I was talking to the head of the table. What, they want to do the match now? TLC? TLC. So hang on, we're not doing the match now. I thought they advertised the match now. Is that why this match... That's why they had him walking down so slow. We're not getting that match tonight. They're doing it at TLC. Oh, okay, he's changed it. You and I. Good English, by the way. You and I. Let's settle it like men. Tables, ladders, chairs for the Universal Championship. TLC. TLC match. Kevin is great, says BMess55. Days, what about head of the tables match? How does that work? Is that like tables and like just heads lying around? trained my cousin well. We do not fear anyone. Okay, Roman's accepted. I'm a savage. Anna booty nasty. Anna booty ratchet. I can't help it whenever I hear the word savage. It's a real problem when I go back and check out the best of Macho Man. Right, the Roman Reigns clan have left the ring. Paul Heyman, Amadeus, Roman Reigns, walking away. Stun the world is what it says on Kevin's t-shirt. Hey, Roman. Where's Kayla gone? I'll grow up when you grow some balls. I tell you what, the bad language has really got turned up in recent times, hasn't it? He just called him a witch, but with a B. A B witch. Which is a movie. And a TV show. Harsh words. Pat Patterson tribute match. Oh, that is great. That's great. Fair play. Oh, that's great. I love that. They are. That's great. I'm really impressed. They're doing a Pat Patterson tribute match. So it is just a 6-man, right? But it is all former Intercontinental Champions because he was the first Intercontinental Champion. So 6 former IC champs in a match. Pat Patterson tribute match. That's great. That's really good. So simple. Isn't it? So simple, but it makes me happy. Just like Hot Pockets. They're so simple, but they do make me happy. Ding dong! Bayley's here, and she's still got a captain's armband. The captain is in the house. Sonny says, a Pat Patterson tribute match. I know. It's good. It's really good. Well, I've got to say, good show so far. Great tribute to Pat Patterson. The Roman segments are always intriguing. What came out of it was they're going to have a match at TLC. Fine. Not really anything that's too incredible. I think, them having a match is something we all expected, but it's done. It was done well. I enjoyed seeing him bully Kayla after she'd just swooned over him. I like that. I think that, and then I like the announcement about the Pat Patterson match. So yeah, first 20 minutes. This is a show, and that's as far as I'm willing to go. Why does Bayley get so attached to things? First it was the chair, now it's the band. I swear if she has a ladder match, she'll start walking around with a ladder. It's kind of what you do though, isn't it, in wrestling? Like, it's quite easy to get little things over. You just have to keep paying attention to them and making a thing out of them. And, I could see that captain's armband kind of catching on for her. Jericho does it all the time, doesn't he? Jericho's constantly highlighting little things and doing little bits and getting little things over, like the list and the Le Champion and a little bit of bubbly and, do you know what I mean? The flipping Judas song that we all have to listen to every week. Wrestle with Andy. Shout out to you, sir. Hope you are well. Wrestle with Andy smashing out some incredible documentaries. So if you're a wrestling fan, and you might be, then check out the Wrestle with Andy channel. Really, really good. Hope you're well. John says, was Pat Patterson a master of six-man tag matches? Why is a six-man tag a tribute? It's not the style of match. I suppose if you wanted to pay tribute to him, you'd do a Royal Rumble. But no, it's the fact that it includes all former IC champions. All of them are former Intercontinental champions, and he was the first. So it's not so much the match. I mean, you could have had, like, it could have been a one-on-one. But, I don't know. I like the fact that they've managed to get, in a way, it's a shame that it's not more. It's a shame it's not like an 8-man, 10-man. Do you know what I mean? Get as many former IC champs as you can in that match. But they've gone with 6-man, so whatever. But I'm not going to criticize that. I just like the concept of it. It's got meaning. It gives a pointless match meaning. All former IC champs and a nice little tribute to him. So again, it's one of those things of like when someone passes away, they just get a graphic at the start and that's it. Look at what they're doing for Pat Patterson. It's really good. Meant a lot to Vince. He did a lot behind the scenes. A lot. Jey Uso going off on Roman, and Paul Heyman looking a little bit concerned in the background. Puts his hand on his shoulder. Hey. Is he going to kiss him? Jey Uso's getting all upset. He's a mess. Jey Uso's a mess. He's an emotional wreck, isn't he? Heyman, just a little stare at Jey as he walks past. Ding dong, hello. Bayley in the ring. Jey playing the annoying cousin role so well, says Ryan. Roman Reigns against Kevin Owens has been made for TLC. There's quite a few matches that have been made for TLC. Natalia coming down. What's this about? Just a one-on-one match. She's still got a coat on. Okay. Right. For some reason, we've got Bayley against Natalia. Fine. Should be a great match if given a little bit of time. Shouldn't it be Bianca against Bayley? I don't understand. Haven't they got the wrong person? Bayley does win. She's so not funny. She should get fired. Does own a car is not the head of the table. Dumb. That's my diss track for Bayley. Okay. Wow, she is crying as we speak. Look at her glasses! She has got a lot of dangly things. I'm not sure that's a great look. Is that... I know fashion, and I'll tell you this, that ain't catching on. Right? She's got glasses, and then, you know, like the little tassels you get on, like, curtains? She's chopped a load of them off, and they're, like, dangling from the side. She loves dangling. Her hair does all this dangling stuff at the back. Now she's got dangling things on her glasses. I mean, she definitely did that herself. I think she's got a lot of spare time. This is the part of the problem. The devil makes work for idle hands. That's what they say. Yeah, that... Bayley wants these earrings to come off. Little smile on the face of Belair. There's a big earrings as well. Flip. They're like giant shrimp. Nice drop kick by Bayley. Natalia goes down. A boat also sinks. She calls herself the boat, the best of all time, but a boat also sinks. The captain versus the boat, says C Wrestling. Yes. Yes. Oh, wow. Well, we've gone to commercial break. Well pointed out. Yes, Captain versus the boat. I don't know who will win. Natalia needs the win more. Oh, I'm guessing Bailey wins, and we're built towards Bailey Bianca. I think Natalia is very much just there to make up numbers these days. Tatiana says Bianca looks like a queen per usual. First of all, I'm currently sat here in the UK, so if you want to talk queens, I know a little bit of shiz about it. Second of all, ain't no queen looking like that, right? Like, trust me, I have watched a lot of openings of Parliament and quite a lot of, like, marching of the troops, yeah? Trooping of the colour, as it's known. So, I have never seen the Queen wearing shades like that, right? And I know fashion, so don't try and tell me that that's coming in next year. I know fashion. I know what's happening next year, yeah? Unless that's some kind of crazy 2022 stuff, right? That I don't know about, and that is, I doubt it. Then she has gone wildly off the mark, right? So don't come at me with all this Queen stuff, right? Because you're in my world now, yeah? Ypsilanti. B, Ypsilanti. The float is here. Yes. We've got like a whole parade going on right now, haven't we? Float stands for... Oh, let's just see how she can cope with this. Tatiana, shout out to you. Here we go. Come on. Come on, voiceover woman. She was really good with Brandy earlier. She might not like you, though, BBY Ypsilanti. God, she is slower than Roman when he tries to get down to the ring. I don't understand the issue here. What's the problem?
Vipsy is a legend. They donated $5 via a super chat. Days the float is here. Float female losingest of all time. Natalia needs to be called the float, not the goat. So let's start that movement.
Natalia? Natalia. Oh, I think it might be spelt wrong. I can't really blame her so much for that. For a second then, I thought she was throwing more shade. For a second, I thought she was like, Natalia? It's... Emma, it's Natalia. Thank you. Can you just pronounce one name right? Natalia? Asuka? Flippity flip. I swear she only likes Brandy. Wow, that makes sense, doesn't it? Thinking about it. Do you know what I mean? Probably has a couple around Christmas time. And non-Christmas time as well. I don't want to paint a bad picture of the voiceover woman being an alcoholic, but come on. It's there. Come on, sheeple. Come on, sheeple. Open your eyes. Right. We're back underway. We've got Natalia in there with Bailey. I do like Natalia's ring attire. Nice and colourful. She's like Joseph. Honestly, Bianca looks like she could break into like a really cool country music number. She's got that kind of a vibe. The tassels are giving me that kind of a vibe. If she was about to break into like 9 to 5, I really struggled then with like a country song. I was like, come on, you can do it. Think of one. I can't really think of many. I don't really know many country music stars. I don't think Taylor Swift is country music anymore, is she? Was she ever? That's the question. That's the question that we're pondering right now. Was she really ever? Natalia in the corner. Bailey charging over. Knee strike by Bailey. Down goes Bailey. Step through by Natalia. Looking for the sharp shooter. Woo! Shooting that sharp. And Belair's like... And Bailey tapped, man. Tappy tap. Didn't expect that. Didn't expect that. Bailey taps to Natalia. Yeah. Corey Graves said, I hate to call this an upset. Belair talking a bit of trash to Bayley. Bayley. Get out of what? I don't know what Bayley's saying. Well, there we go. That's a thing that happened. Tonight, we are still getting Kevin Owens and Otis against Roman Reigns and Jey Uso. Natty won. It was a bad decision. Up next, celebrating Pat Patterson. Yeah, man. Big loss in it. Now, I'm guessing that'll be the video package. Guessing that'll be the video package. Dalton Riley. Shout out to you. What if Bayley
Dalton
tapped
Riley
on purpose?
is a legend. They donated $5 via a super chat.
Well, she didn't do it by
Adam
accident.
Cole baby.
Adam Cole, baby! Rotem. Hey, that's something we didn't speak about. Rotem says, I want Billy Kay on commentary. Did you see the tweet that Adam Pearce sent out of him with Billy? I was trying to remember her name, even though I just said it. And he was like, I need an assistant. Does anyone know of anyone? And then he attached a picture of Billy. And I really wanted to reply. How about Billy? Like, how about the woman in the picture that you just attached? I don't understand the question. I feel like you already know the answer, Adam. I feel like you're just wasting our time. But it was a nice little tease. So hopefully we get that at some point. Imagine that. Imagine Billy Kay if she gets given a little bit of authority. And she's working with Adam Pearce. Be fun, wouldn't it? Well, I think it'd be fun. I love Billy Kay. Anything that gets her talking. Days, what's with Bayley's emo look? She hasn't stopped wearing black since Hell in a Cell. I don't know. Perhaps she's just like feeling the whole heel thing at the moment. I don't know. I'm not really reading much into it. Drop her a tweet. See what she says. Just be like, girl. Because that's how you talk on Twitter. Girl, why you be wearing black 24/7? That might not make sense to some of you, but that's how the kids speak. Girl, you can roll the tongue. Girl, like that. It's hard to do in a tweet. Girl, why you be wearing black 24/7? Send that in a tweet. She'll get right back to you. She'll pick up on the vibe. R.I.P. Pat. Yes. BK doesn't mean Billy K. BK means Burger King. I've heard they're rebranding. So we're going to have lots of Billy K's all over the world now, which is exactly what we need. Maybe Bayley is still in mourning for losing her title. That makes sense. Let's go with that as the answer. She's wearing black because she's mourning. No, says Monica. Like you know what the kids are saying. Creed says Chewbacca. Yeah, Chewbacca's one of the kids. He is the spiritual leader of the next generation. Days pretending to know Twitter speak is hilarious. The level of disrespect. I mean, I work so hard sitting here trying to bring the best kind of content that I can. All of this is structured. All of this is planned in advance. Every little conversation we have, it's all written down, documented, meticulously gone over with a fine-tooth comb, and the disrespect I'm shown. But I'll tell you who's not shown disrespect. Pat Patterson. We've got tweets on screen from Nikki Bella, Sami Zayn. There's Pat with Sami. Hulk Hogan. Love you and see you again. So little tweets there. Bayley sending her message. Vince's message as well. And there's a picture of Pat and Vince together on screen. Love you, Pat. We miss you. And there is the original Intercontinental Championship that they must have got out of storage. Probably, I'd imagine actually it's at their headquarters. That's... Yeah, he won it in Rio de Janeiro. That's right. So, I mean, a lot of you know, but he was I want to say, the North American champion. And he went away, and when he came back, like a week or so later, whatever, he had the Intercontinental Championship, and he said that he'd been to South America in a tournament where they merged the North American belt and the South American belt, and it became the Intercontinental belt. And he's like, so now I'm the Intercontinental Champion. And apparently this tournament happened in Rio de Janeiro, and there's no history of it ever happening, because, fun fact, it never happened. It was never an actual tournament, but they used it as a way to introduce the Intercontinental Championship, which stands for North America and South America, those two continents. So, yeah, that's how the IC belt came around, and it was Pat Patterson that was the first champion. And, yeah, this brilliant video. Brilliant video. Much more than this. I did it my way. They're doing this really well. They are knocking this out of the park tonight. So, respectful, you know? All the superstars out at the beginning. Finding the belt as well. Look at that picture of Gorilla. Ah, oh, Gorilla Monsoon. With a neck beard. Look at that. Band of brothers. There he is with Hogan when Hogan was heel. There he is with Mr. Perfect. Kurt Angle and Shawn. On I'll be back. There's him in Egypt. Bruno Sammartino, the living legend. Gerald Briscoe. I was saying, I don't know if you've seen Legends House. If you've not, he's all over that. He's one of the people in the show, and you got to check it out, man. It's really good. It's got a pussycat doll in it. True story. She's called Ashley. So there you go. If you're a fan of modern music, if you love all the latest hits, then one of them pussycat dolls was involved. And did it my way. It's really good, isn't it? It's really, really good. Legends House was amazing. It was. It really was. There he is with Undertaker. I'd love for them to do another one. Another Legends House. We were so lucky, if you look back, because that Legends House had Rowdy Roddy Piper, Pat Patterson. Who else isn't with us? Mean Gene. He's not with us anymore, unfortunately. Like, there's quite a few that were involved that aren't with us anymore. So it really was a Legends House. As I said, love that they've got that belt at ringside. The original. They should do that more. I've said this so many times. They should lean on their history more. It shouldn't have to take someone passing away for you to see the original Intercontinental Championship. Do you know what I mean? They've got all this history, all these old belts. But you don't see him until anyone passes away. Do you think Billy got the job? I hope so. I hope so. She better. Otherwise, there's something wrong with the recruitment process. Once more than this, I did it That's in my head now. And I gotta be careful, because I do not want to be getting a copyright strike, because then my feelings towards Pat Patterson will drastically change. And rude. Right, Rey Mysterio. We've got lots of words on screen. If you're a big fan of words, enjoy them. Because this is... What? Actually, I've written a match that's not even happening. Flip. I've just completely written a match that's for TLC, I think. No, I've written the tribute to the troops match. Right, ignore them words. If you're a big fan of words, then those have just been deleted. Big E, Daniel Bryan, Rey Mysterio. Who they facing? Oh my god, they haven't even told me. I can't cope with this. And I've even spelt Mysterio wrong. This is just a whole thing. This has turned into a thing. Big E Langston, new theme. Oh, I didn't hear. I was having a breakdown. Oh, flip. Oh, I was having a breakdown. It's his old theme. Oh, that's good. This is awesome. 10 out of 10 for the tribute. Seeing all those past legends that are now gone. Big E entrance. Well, he seemed to still be wearing New Day stuff from what I saw. Yeah, I missed it. I did miss it. I was right in the thing. I didn't expect them to do anything as revolutionary as give him new music. I love Big E's theme. New theme. Okay, well, let me know. Do you like it? Are you a fan? Are you not a fan? Let me know. What is the reviews? Let's have a look at the reviews. Jonathan, we do not have a food lion. No. I'll tell you what I do have, though. Today, I managed to get, and I did break this news on the members-only stream, but today, I did manage to get, I am a man of my word, the one thing that I want for Christmas. There's only one thing I wanted, and I finally got them today, and I'm so pleased, because this is really the only Christmas gift I wanted, and it is a 6-month supply of multivitamins. Yeah, A to Z. You get all the vitamins and they're see-through. And look at this. You get in. Look at all of them. Look at all that goodness. You're getting vitamin E, vitamin K, vitamin C. Shout out to all the vitamins. If there's any vitamins watching, shout out to you. Vitamin A, vitamin D. All the good stuff, baby. All the good stuff. So that came through today. And it's a new, improved formula. So we don't have Food Lion. But we do have multivitamins. Yeah! Sexy. Everything about you so sexy. There we go. Wow. Yeah, I knew that'd impress you. I know. I know what impresses the masses. I know. Straight up, I was like, I said this on the members only stream. I sit in a basement and I don't get any sunshine, right? Because it's not allowed down here. It's banned, right? So as a result, I'm getting no sun. I'm getting artificial light, but I'm not getting any sun. So where's my sweet vitamin D coming from? Where's that sweet, sweet vitamin D? So I'm not getting any is the answer. I am now. And also to the party. It's going to be a party happening. We're getting some zinc. We're getting some copper. Do you know what I mean? Getting lots of metals. R.I.P. Pat Patterson. Wow. She'll read it out. She might be a bit sassy, but she'll read it out. Jamie Eckler at yahoo.com. So there we go. If you want to contact Jamie Eckler, that's how you can do it. Shout out to you, Jamie Eckler. Appreciate the support, my friend. Look at that. You get a little... Is that a xylophone? Maybe a glockenspiel? It's nice. Get a little bit of that. Not everyone gets that. You do. Is she going to read your thing out, Glasgow Geek? Or is she off with you? I don't know. Ray is wearing some lovely boots. Look at his boots. Look at that belt as well. I'd love that belt. I'd love that first IC belt. Well.
Glasgow Geek 1985 is a legend. They donated £5 via a super chat.
Glasgow Gee.
R.I.P. Pat Patterson. Of all the former Intercontinental Champions you mentioned, you didn't mention the Honky Tonk Man. Good to see you, brother.
Just the honk tonk man. Honk tonk man. Cool and calm, man. Yeah, man, cool. Honky is one of the best IC champs, isn't he? I've got a picture of Honky Tonk Man, which I've got a horrible feeling that it's fallen behind that figure thing. I've shown it before, but yeah. When I met Honky Tonk Man, right? Little story. I met Honky Tonk Man, and I wanted to get his autograph, and I went up to him, and I brought from home an action figure for him to sign. And normally it's about here. Normally I can just grab it and show you, but I don't quite know where it is. But yeah, I wanted him to sign this figure. And the first thing he said is, "Where did you get that from?" Well, nice to meet you as well, Honky Tonk Man. I was like, "I brought it from home, sir." I'm very polite in real life. When I'm on the internet, whatever. But in real life, I'm like, "Yes, sir, no, sir, 3 bags full." So I was like, "I brought it from home, sir." And he was like, because we've been trying to find all of my figures. And in my mind, I was thinking about all of them in the world. How are you going to do that? I don't know why, but he was like, he was cool, but he seemed a bit like, I think he was under the impression I was selling it. I think he was under the impression I was getting it signed because I was going to make some of that sweet, sweet dollar off his name. And I wasn't. It was literally for my collection. Like, I genuinely had a Honky Tonk Man figure and I wanted him to sign it. But the first thing he said to me is, where did you get that from? This is not how I envisaged this going. But he's, even at his age, a lot bigger and stronger than what I am. So I was like, "Yes, sir, no, sir. Thank you, sir. Bye, sir." And that was it. That was my interaction with the Honky Tonk Man. So I've heard people have had mixed interactions with him. But, I mean, like, he was perfectly fine with me. Perfectly fine. Apart from he begrudged signing my figure, I think. I don't know. He still did it and whatever, and he still seemed like really cool. Are the faces gonna win, or is the IC champ gonna get a win? Do you know who wins? Pat Patterson. That's who wins. Pat Patterson wins because he gets a match dedicated to him, which is something which is quite rare. So I don't think it really matters who wins. There was a good article about Lacey Evans today because of tribute to the troops. She talked about how the Marines actually saved her life. WWE Fan 14 said he couldn't grab it. Secretly, he sold it on eBay. Yeah, it's around here somewhere. No, as soon as he signed it, I was like, as he was still talking to me, I was taking a picture and putting it on eBay. I wasn't. Do you think Greg Valentine is aware of the Rhythm and Blues figure? Yeah, I'm sure he is. It's iconic, isn't it? I'm sure he is. Hey, it was really great to see him in the stands. He was in the stands of AEW, wasn't he? So, yeah, really, really great to see him up there during that strap match thing. Such a shame that they can't... Such a shame they can't do more with those kind of legends. I mean, you don't have to, like, drown us in legends, but it's just like, they could definitely do more. I shouldn't be this... Well, I suppose I should be this excited to see the old IC belt, but it's like, I'm excited because you just never see that kind of stuff, you know? It's really cool. I think it's really cool to show people what the first IC belt looks like. Because a lot of fans ain't searching for that, are they? A lot of fans won't have ever seen that belt before, so... Yeah, really cool. Really cool. John says, Pat Patterson tribute is like the Undertaker tribute. Anything that follows it seems small and insignificant. Yeah, it's a good point. I mean, what I would say is that this is a relatively pointless match. It doesn't matter who wins. It's not really about that. I think with this, you're allowed to watch it and talk about Pat Patterson, and the commentators can talk about Pat Patterson, and, you know, I'd hope that, you know, having the belt at ringside and all of that. So it doesn't really, it's good because it's a good way actually to follow the tribute, because you're not having to follow some crazy story. You can still talk about Pat Patterson, all that kind of stuff. You know, the match, little match, get it done, and then we can go back to the program. I think it's really good. It would be a nice little thing if someone passed away that was like really significant to the business, like made a big impact to the business, as Pat Patterson did. You know, these kind of tribute matches, I think it's a really good thing to bring in. You're telling me that across 5 hours of flipping shows, you can't have a match and dedicate it to someone that passed away? I don't buy that. You know, I think that is something I'd like to see them explore. Dalton, shout out to you, sir. Days, head of the table match is first to sit at the head of the table, says Rotem. Don't give him ideas, Rotem. Don't give him ideas. Because you might sit there and say stuff like that, but you know that they'll be all over that. This match is great, says Texas New Fake. Do you like the Pussycat Dolls? Don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me? Don't you wish your girlfriend was a freak like me? Don't you? Kind of feel like when they say, don't you wish your girlfriend was a freak like me? It'd be really cool if at that point Lars came in. Don't you wish your girlfriend was freak like me? Ah, no! No! Ah! Leave me alone! Yeah, they're cool. I like some of their hits. I don't know much about them as people. They're probably really nice. I like the Lars Pussycat Doll. That's my favourite. He was always my favourite Pussycat Doll, Lars Sullivan. Dolph shouting at Daniel. Dolph in pink attire. And collides into Daniel. Both go down. They cross-body each other. Rey Mysterio getting up and he's looking at the fans and he's like, come on, guys. Trying to urge them on. And he is actually getting a response out of them. That might be the director, though. Right, guys, Rey Mysterio wants you to clap along. Can you clap along, please? Clap along. Make it seem like you're having a fantastic time. Thank you. Belly to Belly by Big E, who, breaking news, has got new music that I haven't heard. But he's still wearing New Day attire. But, you know, little steps, baby steps. Big splash! Nothing baby about that. Pussycat. Pussycat. You sounded like Corpse, the YouTuber with the deep voice. I don't know who that is. Who's Corpse? Is there a YouTuber called Corpse? That's a cool name, isn't it? That's a cool name. Maybe I should be Corpse as well. Corpse 2. Corpse 2.0. Corpsia. That sounds quite posh. Sir, Corpsia is at the door. Hello. Ding dong. On the shoulder goes Nakamura. Days, after last week, I thought Ray was a heel. I know. He acted like a heel. Watch Wrestling. Shout out to you. I hope you are well, my friend. Big E goes over to the corner. Sammy grabs his booty. And Ray comes off the top. Duck underneath. Ray's attire is the kind of thing I'd expect him to wear at Tribute to the Troops. His top is like that kind of army green. Ooh, gets planted down. 1, 2. Oh! Blue Thunderdome and couldn't get a 3. Big moment there for Sammy. But almost at the halfway point as well. So start thinking about your halftime scores. How come Kamala didn't get a bigger tribute? Well, he was in WWE for a while, but I mean, nothing compared to what Pat Patterson has done. I would argue that he deserved more. But I do understand that where do you draw the line? Do you know what I mean? I suppose ultimately it comes down to what Vince thinks. This is a great match, says Shay. That was good, says King Kendrick. Mox. Sammy versus Ray would be great, says Dom15. Days, what is this WWE trademarking Ambrose name? Are they exploring a return? No, I don't think so. I think they're doing it for a couple of reasons. I would imagine the biggest reason being they don't want AEW to have it. That would be the biggest thing. So it's not that they're exploring him coming back. I think they just don't want to give that trademark away because I think they still see there's value in it. If AEW start advertising Dean Ambrose rather than Jon Moxley, you got to think that Dean Ambrose is worth more money than Jon Moxley name. So, yeah, I think it makes sense for them to still want to keep that trademark. But no, I'm not expecting a return. Kicks coming in by Daniel. Monica says, I'm enjoying this. Brother Nero says, Ypsilanti. Days, when Vince passes away, will they dedicate a whole episode to him? Wow, you would have to say yes. I mean, I don't know how you deal with that. I think there are plans in place for it. Hopefully we're not close to it. I know people would like for him to step away or whatever, but there's no denying that he is arguably the biggest person in the history of wrestling. Like, ever. So, like, yeah. I'm not sure a graphic at the start will cut it when Vince passes away. Could you imagine that? Just a graphic at the start. And we go over and really sad news. Obviously, we want to give our thoughts to the McMahon family. Vince McMahon, who passed away today. Right, coming up on the show, we have got... I can't see that happening. Sammy trying to get to the ropes and he gets his foot on the rope. I would imagine America would go into mourning. The whole of America. His funeral actually would be crazy, wouldn't it? I would imagine they'll probably do just a little family thing. But I wonder if there would be a public thing. Oh! Because you'd have to think a lot of people would want to go. 1, 2. Some just to make sure that he's dead. Daniel Bryan gets the win. They were just rolling each other up. Just kind of stole. Well, not really stole it, but kind of stole it. What's happening now? I don't understand. We'll get in the match again. What the flip is this? I don't know what I'm watching. I don't know what I'm watching now. I mean, I don't... Whatever. Ziggler's like you and me. We go way back. Ziggler finds himself alone in the ring with Bryan and Big E and Rey Mysterio. There was a moment where they were all outside the ring and they were like, are you in? Are you in? Let me just check. Are you in? Are you still in? I've just asked him if he's in. He's in. Are you still in? Because I spent a bit of time with him and he's in. Yes, I'll go back to him to make sure, but I need to know for sure you're in, and you're definitely in. Are you in? You're in. Right, I'm in. No, why did no one ask me if I'm in? I'm in. But you're in. They spent ages on the outside of the ring trying to establish if they were in or not. I'd love it if one of them went, I've changed my mind. I thought I was in. I'm not anymore. I'm not anymore. No, I'm back in. I'm back in. Yeah, no, I'm in. Let's do it. I'm back in. Okay, so let's get this clear. You are definitely back in. Yeah, I'm back in. I was just messing. Just having a bit of fun. I mean, this has turned into, like, beat up Dolph Ziggler. Perhaps Pat Patterson hated Dolph Ziggler. Do you think he really hated him? Do you think they had, like, backstage heat and this is just like, this is for you, Pat. This is for you. Look what we're doing to him. It's what Pat would have wanted. It's what Pat would have wanted. He absolutely hated Dolph Ziggler. Yes, Pat. There we go. Nakamura tries to grab Ziggler. What a sell by Ziggler, says Mustafa. At Vince's funeral, Roman will be the only one allowed to carry the coffin. Kevin Owens and Otis against Roman Reigns and Jey Uso. We are past the halfway point. We got Kayla Braxton backstage. What is it about Roman that draws your ire? What kind of question is that?
Wrestling Days fan is a legend.
What kind of question
They
is that?
donated $5 via a super chat. Hi Days, just letting you knows that I'm the tribal chief of the community. Cool face, and that's undisputed. Goldberg Ultimate / Super Jobber Days.
There we go. So, many congratulations, Wrestling Days fan, the tribal chef of the community. The tribal chef of the community. Get your sandwich orders into Wrestling Days fan, the tribal chef. Makes a lovely rambling rabbit stew. Beautiful. Mmm. Is that Rey Mysterio? How is he already wearing something different? What was that about? I don't understand. How is he wearing something completely different? Is there two Rey Mysterios? Has Rey Mysterio got a twin? I don't understand. I feel very lonely. I don't quite get it. I feel like I'm being left out of a joke. And that always happens. I'm always left out. Here's Otis. Okay. Oh, it's Kalisto. I thought it was Rey Mysterio. I forgot what Kalisto looked like. I was like, how has he managed to change so quick? How's he done that? Are they playing a prank on me? Like, how is he doing? I can't recognise him when he's not with Gran Metalik and Lince Dorado and a pinata. Well, he had a lovely hat. Right, next, coming up, we got Carmella. I'll tell you what, I should imagine Corey Graves is looking at this going, who's that guy? Corey Graves can't be best pleased with this guy getting all touchy-touchy. Hello. Carmella against Sasha Banks, surely coming up. We've got promos on the way. I can't believe that Kalisto thing. I cannot believe it. Who the hell does he think he is? Trying to be the lost Mysterio? I was sitting here going, how's he changed his mask so fast? I was like, is that a pre-recorded segment? Is that a botch? Have they botched? They've botched. I was on botch alert. I was looking for botchamania. Right. Get your scores in. Scores in. Fire them in. Get your scores in. How many fake Rey Mysterios out of 10? What was Kalisto about? I don't know. Is that a botch? I don't know. I think, was it live and he just walked through the door? I think it might have been, you know. Do you think that was... Hang on. I can't cope with this. First I thought it was Rey. Now I'm starting to question, was it a botch? Has he just walked through the door and he's not meant to? Has he just done some lucha things? Do you remember when he did his lucha things promo? Oh my God, it's one of the best. If you've never seen it, you've got to see it. It's one of the greatest promos ever. He's so fired up and he's like, I'm going to do them, I'm going to... I'll be doing lucha things. What? Perhaps lucha things means that you wear a hat and go on your phone backstage. That is bad, isn't it? If he has just walked through that door and he wasn't meant to. I mean, fair play. He's getting TV time that he was never going to get. See, you've got to take your opportunities. Got to take your opportunities. He was there. Like, do you think they were like, no, we haven't got anything for you? And he was like, and they were like, can you keep it down because there's an interview going on? So he got his phone and he was like, watch TV now. I'm about to come through the door. Oh, hello. By the way, I'm not Rey Mysterio. Kalisto didn't know they were live and he walked out. Is it a botch? Is it officially a botch? I don't know. I don't know if that is a botch. I feel like it's going to be claimed as a botch, but was it planned? I don't know. Pat Patterson tribute, 10 out of 10, but show as a whole, 8. 7.25. Gavin E, shout out to you. Why did he have a hat on? I don't know. Brony, 7.25. I mean, you would think the mask would keep his head warm, wouldn't you? Do you know what I mean? He's already got a mask on. Does he need a hat as well? I don't know. So many questions, man. So many questions. It's like going outside and wearing a hat and then putting an umbrella up. I mean, if it's a nice hat that you want to keep protected, I can understand it, but I just don't know. I need answers on that. That is going to bother me all night now. I will be sitting here after the stream. I'll be like, right, yeah, I think that went well. What was that about Kalisto? That I'll probably just lose a few hours. Just, did they mean it? Was it a botch? 7.25 fake Rey Mysterios out of 10. 9.2 says Harley. 8 says Ali. 8.1 says Texas New Fate. Sonny gives it an 8. Brother Nero with an 8.75. Mustafa says Daisy's having a visual crisis, which is how a lot of people do describe me. Have you ever seen Wrestling Days? No. What's he like? He's like a visual crisis. Ah. Sounds fun. Oh, it's not. It's not. It's not fun. What was Kalisto doing? He was styling and profiling. He had a hat on. He was on his phone. He interrupted an interview. He carried on walking. He seemed to have no reason for being there whatsoever. Do you think this will be a new thing? What if his new character is he's just going to start interrupting promos? That would be great. That would be great. Imagine, like, someone doing a promo and you've got Kalisto in a hat in the background on a phone. Sorry. Got to stop doing this. That would be brilliant. They could do something with that. They could style that out. Kalisto was wearing a fedora. He didn't know what it was. Owens recognised it as a fedora. Was that a nod that he let him in? That's why he's against Roman. Oh, I want to follow that theory. I mean, I've got to be honest. You lost me at fedora. I think I was having so much fun saying that word. I was sitting here and I was like, fedora. Fedora the Explorer. That's what my mind thinks. That's what my mind... How am I meant to have proper conversations where when someone uses the word fedora, my head's going, Fedora the Explorer? I'm a child. Right, we've got Sasha and we've got Carmella. Is her hair platinum blonde? I think this is like platinum blonde versus blue hair. You're not woman enough to do it to my face. I want to ask you about something Carmella said. Fedora the Explorer. What was with the hat? She enjoyed that question. She wishes that she could be like me. You've known each other since you were training together. They really look alike. If you told me they were sisters, I'd be like, yeah, I definitely see that. Look at them side by side. I swear, if you put blue hair on Carmella, it might be a whole Kalisto Rey Mysterio thing again. Honestly, you put them in the same thing. Put blue hair on Carmella. Take out the nose thing. I think I would stand and have a conversation with Carmella for a good 10 minutes before I realised. I might never realise. Oh, if Carmella's going to start walking around pretending to be Sasha and we've got Kalisto walking around pretending to be Rey Mysterio, I'm not going to cope. How am I meant to follow any kind of storyline? They look like sisters. What? Oh, yeah, that has never hit me before, but it is smacking me right up in the face right now. They even said get real at the same time. Have they done a DNA test? Have they done DNA? They look the same. How? Rhino Bard says, who do you think's gonna win at TLC? I don't even know why I'm reading this out. She'll do that. She said, I had that SmackDown title longer than all of your reigns combined. Again, my head goes Roman Reigns. Huh? The one-on-one promo isn't working. No. Sonny says, I zoned out.
Rhino Bard is a legend. They donated $1.99 via a super chat. Days, who do you think's gonna win at TLC, Drew or AJ?
I think Drew. I think this is just a stopgap. I don't think AJ... Oh God, I don't need to see the title change again. Right, here we go. Me and you, one-on-one at TLC. It's another B word? Lots of B words. Lots of B words. Murphy coming out. Here we go. Are we going to see Tuckosaurus? Murphy and Tuckosaurus is here. Kalisto is on stage as well with Dominic. Well, I think it's Dominic. I don't know. On the sidebar there, it said his achievements, notable things. Aaliyah is his girlfriend, was one of them. Aaliyah is his girlfriend. Like, that is noteworthy. Big achievement. Well done. Right. Murphy versus Rey Mysterio. I miss the Funkasaurus. Somebody call your mama. Full tuck today. Full tuck. That was a great promo from Sasha and Carmella, says Hypeman15. Aiden says Sasha versus Carmella SmackDown Women's Championship. TLC, yes. Tatiana says, I would love to see Mella as the SmackDown champ again. I just don't want to see Sasha lose it. Harley says it was a good segment. Loved it when she said her one title reign was longer than all of Sasha's combined. Alex, no. Resting Days fan says, so many B words. There are a lot of B words. It's getting to the point where I'm going to have to start asking permission as to whether I can watch this show. We want Billy Kay. I completely agree. I want Billy Kay. Turtleneck Was that on Dominic? We do need to talk about Dominic's fashion. We will do that when we go back. Dominic has got an interesting outfit tonight. Well, it's Tuck's influence starting to really come through now. I think before, where he was so focused on getting revenge on Seth and everything, you know? Whereas now it's a case that he can concentrate more on his true passion, which is fashion with Tuck. Why is she there, by the way? It's Murphy against Baron Corbin. Why are they there? Why do they all have to come troopsing out to the ring? Well, I don't understand. You don't see, like, flipping Brie Bella coming down with Daniel Bryan, do you? So I don't understand. Why are they there? Who's Murphy fighting? No, he is not Ray. He's fighting King Corbin. Rematch. An exciting rematch from last week. Brother Nero wants Billy Kay. Grogu says Days is the most confused man on earth. I tell you, I don't know what's happened, but in the last 20 minutes or so, I've got myself into a right pickle. I'm trying to move out of it now. I'm trying to focus on fashion. I'm trying to get into a mind space that I'm very comfortable with. Forget all these lookalikes. We're moving on. Moving on to the exciting world of fashion. You've got Murphy versus Ray on screen. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, it's not that. It's not that. I told you I was getting myself in a pickle. I was in a right little pickle. Fashion. I've come out of it now, though. Thank you for your support. Why can't they bring out Grandma Mysterio? That would be good. Grandma Mysterio. Or the pets. They should bring out all the animals, all the dogs and cats and everyone. Right, Talking Smack, Carmella, Sami Zayn, and the Riot Squad. They will be on Talking Smack with Kayla and Paul Heyman. And it's probably going to be a bit of tension between Paul Heyman and Kayla, following what happened earlier. Fist bumps. Fist bumps all round. Even Aaliyah gets a fist bump. Probably gets more than that. Hello. Hello. Cheeky. Hello, Cheeky. Daisy's thinking about Linda. Always. Always. Daisy's having a midlife crisis. Yes. I'm hoping for it to end soon. What the hell is Dominic wearing? I think it's something from Aaliyah's wardrobe. Think it's Dressed Like Your Sister Day. What are the odds that Corbin pulls off an upset on Murphy? Probably the same odds as me caring. That's where I am. That's where I am with this absolute mess of a story. I was on board when she was like doing all the tucking in, but she doesn't even do that now. Now that she's made it to the big time, she is getting lazy. That's the problem with fashion. It's very hard to keep it up. It's very hard to keep it up. Right, he's going to have some backup. Oh. Who are they? Who are they? What is the one of them Wesley Blake? No? I can't see. I honestly can't see. I don't know if that one could be Wesley Blake from the Forgotten Sons. Buck and Rucker coming. Does look like Blake. Are they Forgotten Sons? That'd be quite interesting if they do that, because Wesley Blake used to be in a tag team with Buddy Murphy. They had a really great name. Blake and Murphy. And they were in NXT. One of them is Blake, says Future Compilations. Yeah, I mean, you can... He's got a very distinctive face, hasn't he? I do think it is him. I am leaning to one being Wesley Blake. J&J Security. It's the Undertaker's Druids. The Corbin family. Oh, that's nice. This kind of feels like, you know, on those very old Survivor series where you'd have one wrestler and then they'd make up the rest of the team with, like, jobbers. So do you remember it was like Shawn Michaels and his knights? So you had Shawn, and then you had a red knight, a white knight, and a blue knight. Or, like, it was Doink, and you had Dink, Zink, and Link from Legend of Zelda, I don't know. So, like, but you had, like, all these, like, non-wrestlers. Well, they were wrestlers, but you didn't know who they were. This kind of feels like that. We got Baron Corbin and his peeps. I don't know what you would call him. Big kick by Murphy. Oh, yeah. Do you know what? I've only really just now started looking at what Dominic's wearing. It is wonderful. Hopefully that'll be available at WWE Shop, the Dominic Mysterio collection. Oh, look at that. Look at that. And you know that wasn't cheap. That is Yves Saint Laurent. Yeah? It is Yves Saint Laurent. I can tell that a million miles away. That is going to have a price tag of a good few $100s just for that top alone, let me tell you. Just for that top alone. Could you imagine if you was in a bar and you was having a drink and someone started on you and you turned around and they looked like what Dominic looks like right now? It would take me about an hour to stop laughing. Roughly about an hour. I think within that time, I'd have to get another drink. I think I'd be finishing my drink and I'd still be laughing so much. I'd be like, just wait there. Can you just... I need to get another one. Hang on. Can I have another of... And I'd still be laughing. J&J Security and Mega Evolve. Yeah, they've leveled up. Like, it's very much like Pokemon. They've smashed them together. You got to collect them all. I've never seen Pokemon, so I can't give you the terminology, but I know that you can evolve them. Yeah, so add your own Pokemon joke. Yeah. Is Rhea Ripley coming to the main roster? Apparently not. Apparently, from what I heard on NXT, she's like, I'm staying here, lol. So, there we go. Is there a match going on? All I see is turtleneck. Yeah, it is crazy, isn't it? It is crazy. He definitely wants to steal her spotlight. There's 2 male Mysterios outside the ring. 2 forgotten people outside the ring. It's eventually going to be a 6-man tag. Wow. Do you know what? I think you've called it. J&J Security have grown up and hit puberty, says Mustafa. Okay, Nov Freeze. This, guys, if you're Pokemon fans, this is going to be hilarious, okay? Skill Attack is Murphy. Boldness is King Corbin. So there we go. If that means anything to Pokemon fans out there, you're welcome. Are they Corbinites? Maybe. I don't know what you could call them. I got a few suggestions. A nice gold belt buckle for a highlight on those black pants, says Jonathan. Undisputed Era should come to the main roster, says WWE Fan 14. Grogu says, when you use your skill points on one character. Yeah? Yeah? You hear me? It's just like that when you use all your skill points on that one character. Dom is trying to steal Jordan's style. Only Jordan can rock a turtleneck, and so can Daze. Thank you, Eric. Shout out to you, my friend. Daze, they are the Corbinites. Is this a thing? What's this Corbinite thing? Is this like some... Is this something from the UK? When we had... I can't remember. What was his flipping name? Corbin. Someone Corbin. I don't know. Oh, I don't know. I just don't know anymore. Don't you forcing me back to have another breakdown? I only just got over the last one. Ah! Right, come on. Come on. Brother Nero says Goldberg sucks. Yes, we can get this back on track. We're coming back from commercial break. Here we go. Come on. Right. Corbin firing an elbow into the side of Murphy's head. We've got Rey Mysterio, tuck, and turtleneck. On the outside, into the corner goes Murphy. Hate his ring attire. I have to mention that every time. Every time. It's a legal requirement that I tell you how much I hate his ring attire. Planted down. Honestly, it looks like he's had an incident with the washing machine when he's tried to wash his attire. It's just ripped it to shreds. Oh, here they come. Hey, coming straight round, getting in the face of... look, he's the least dominating man in the world. It is Blake and Cutler. They just said on commentary it is Blake and Cutler of the Forgotten Sons. I couldn't remember the other guy's name. What, didn't that... Was it Riker that was he let go? And I think it's to do with like a political tweet that he sent out. So, looks like they're putting these two Forgotten Sons with Corbin. Is this going to be like Corbin and Sons? Is that what it's going to be? Corbin and Sons. It's going to sound like a paper printing company. Here at Corbin and Sons, we only use the finest paper. There was a Star Trek episode called The Corbinite Maneuver. Maybe that's got something to do with it. Maybe. I don't know. Murphy has got a headlock on Corbin. Days, they are Goldberg's Forgotten Sons. It's a whole new storyline. Corbinite is a political joke. I hope you got it. No, not really. I know that there was a Corbin guy, but I didn't follow all that. As I've said before, there's enough arguing in the wrestling world. I don't need to spend any extra spare time I've got going to more arguing. Do I? I'm going to leave this argument to go to that argument. Nice missile drop kick. Ray with some really good advice. You've got to get a cover. You need to pin him. If you want to win the match, you've got to pin him or make him submit. Or you could win by count out as... Actually, forget what I just said. I'm not very good at this. In the corner goes Murphy. Kick to the chest. Over the top. Knee strike by Murphy. Corbin down on the edge of the ring. 29 minutes to go. 29 minutes to go. Blake used to tag with Murphy. He did. He did. Do you think, like, when they turned up, they were like, right, we're going to put you with Corbin. What should we have him wear? Just have a look in the wardrobe. Just see if you can find something. I mean, we could put him in a hoodie and then put a suit on top. And yeah, do that. Just do that. Here we go. They've snapped, guys. They've snapped. Cutler and Blake are causing chaos. Boom. End of days. 1, 2, 3. Corbin has won. Well, there we go. It's good to see faces winning a match, isn't it? It's good to see that Corbin has managed to get revenge for what happened to him last week. He was mistreated last week. The evil Mysterio family kept getting involved, and now they've had their comeuppance. That was a terrible match, says Hype Man. Boring Corbin one, says Danny Barnhouse. Isis says, my idea, Murphy and Ray and Dom versus Baron Blake and Cutler, apparently. Blake takes his hood off and distracts Murphy, helping Corbin win. Right, well, there we go. Backstage with the Street Profits. Corbin is good. Murphy should be in the main event scene, says the Nico guy. That was a decent match, says Harley. Don't forget, on tomorrow, we are back with UFC. I know not everyone here is a UFC fan, but for those of you that are, should be a fun show. Looks like a fun card. Certainly better than last week's UFC card, which, I mean, turned out to be fine in the end. I mean, like, you're always going to get good action. But, yeah, there's no denying we suffered by losing that main event. So, should be good. We got that tomorrow. And then on Sunday, we've got Tribute to the Troops. So, we will try and find a way of watching that and streaming that. We got Cesaro. Cesaro and Rude backstage talking to the Street Profits. Are they building this for Sunday? I think this is a little segment to build for Sunday. Right, here comes Otis. So this is going to be our main event with 25 minutes to go. This is going to be Roman Reigns and Jey Uso taking on Otis and Kevin Owens. So it is, I think, I'm right in saying main event time. The blue collar brawler, Otis. Is he not going to have a little feud with Tucker? Are we just going to ignore what happened there? Shouldn't he be going after Tucky? Diddle-a-dun, diddle-a-dum. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-dum. Kevin Owens and Otis against Roman Reigns and Jey Uso. Blue collar working man. Cesaro looks like Jason Statham. A lot of people say that when I have a shave, I look like Cesaro. So that means I look like Jason Statham. I'll take that. Right, going to commercial break. Otis in the main event? Yes. Rotem says it was a pun, it was a joke, it was nothing political. That's fine. Days, I recently got out of hospital from surgery. Sorry to hear that, Michael. Basically, something to do with my intestines. Don't mean to be graphic, but thought I would let you know. Shout out to you, Michael Davis. I hope you're getting better, dude. Shout out to you, my friend. We've got an advert for UFC, actually. Davison Figueiredo, who main evented the last big show, is main eventing this one, taking on Brandon Moreno, which is very impressive. Tony Ferguson back as well. I love Tony Ferguson. Figueiredo, Marino, and Tony Ferguson returns. One of my favourite fighters, Tony Ferguson. Gutted that he never got that opportunity against Khabib. And you'd have to say it looks unlikely now. Khabib has come out and said that he'll have another fight, but it's going to cost $100 million. I think he did that. $100 million, Dana, if you want me to have another match. 100 million. So if he's going to spend that money, it's going to be a mega fight. It won't be against Tony Ferguson. Well, I wouldn't think so. I would think it'd be against George St. Pierre, one of the all-time greats. Didn't know UFC was a weekly show. Yeah, they do their fight nights. The fight nights are like new fighters and a couple of ranked fighters. You tend to get a real mix. Few people that are like, you know, one win, one loss, UFC debut, and then like your main card tends to have like some bigger names. So it's been some really good fight night. I mean, every week you get great action, but the star power is really on the big month shows. But the fight nights have been a lot of fun. Really enjoyed them. And we've seen the emergence of like Chimaev, who's been amazing this year. I mean, you could argue fighter of the year, as we said. So this isn't a UFC stream, but anyway, yeah, that's tomorrow. And then tribute to the troops. Don't ask me what time it is. I don't know. I don't even think WWE know what time it is. So it's going to happen at some point on Sunday. Adam might know though. Tribute to the troops, 4 p.m. Eastern. I heard that it could move because of NFL commitments. So if we pencil in 4 Eastern, that's 9 in the UK. We'd probably start a little bit before that. Maybe not the hour before. Depends, I suppose, how much news there is and what's going on. But we'd probably start like a good half an hour before or something. Just do a little stream. Just a little stream. Do you know what I mean? Little summit. Little summit on a Sunday. The Lord's Day. Days, do you remember when Otis was the most interesting thing on SmackDown? Yeah, I mean, yeah, one of. Was he the most? He might have been. He had a real good run. There was some really good stuff they were doing. Shane says, I cannot express how crushed I feel right now. Ric Flair as well with some tweets. I like how they've been dropping these throughout all the show. Little word as well from Dwayne Johnson. Bray Wyatt as well. Paul Heyman. Drew McIntyre. I did love that as well. He said that was great. I don't know if you saw that tweet, but Drew McIntyre said that Pat Patterson was a prankster. He was a bit of a joker, and he gives a little example. He said, like, he came up to me and said, "Do you know who's just been talking about you?" To Drew, and Drew was like, "Who?" And he's like, "Absolutely no one." Ah! Do you know who's just been talking about you? No, absolutely no one. Ah. Pat Patterson. Ledge. What a ledge. Will WWE remember Wesley and Murphy's connection from Bam Factor with Alexa? But they were never called that, were they? I know them as Blake and Murphy, but I never remember them being called Bam. I wish they were called Bam. Or are they going to pretend it never happened? They might. It depends what story they want to tell, to be honest. They could ignore it. If they want to add a little bit of extra summit, then they could, talk about it. They might just ignore it. It might have nothing to do with the story they want to tell right now. Jay is on his way. He's waiting for Roman. Where's Roman? Where is Roman? Jay's looking and he's waiting for Roman, and Roman's not coming. Roman operates on Roman time. And Jay's like, oh, Oos! Oos! Where are you, Oos? He's not coming. Jey Uso's got to do this one alone. So, it looks like it's going to be a handicap match. Looks like it's going to be Jey Uso against Otis and Kevin Owens. Consequences for Jay. Those were the consequences that Roman was talking about, says Michael. Handicap match. Roman is lazy. Well, I mean, God, I don't know if he's lazy, but it just takes him so long. In fairness, he might be on his way. He might be on his way. It just takes him that long to get from Gorilla to where he actually walks out. This is just the natural speed. They probably called him like an hour ago, and he's still like nowhere near Gorilla. He's just going past catering now. Slowly walking his way. No one's going to tell him to speed up. So he's just, you know what I mean? He's on his way. Just get there. I'll get there when he gets there. I've got to say, a HR nightmare. Absolute HR nightmare. Roman is letting Jay handle them, says Mary. Okay, so how long have we got? 17 minutes. I mean, I would imagine he'll come out and get the pin, won't he? He'll come out and get the glory. But he's going to have Jay do the heavy lifting. Roman should enter wearing a gladiator's outfit on a horse. Just like in Roman times, says Mustafa. Dude, if he comes out like that now, I will freak. I will freak. If they cut to the stage and he's there on a horse in gladiator attire, I will pop. I will definitely pop. Tampa says Otis is pumped. Here he comes. Is he on a horse? That's the question. Oh, no. No. Ah, annoying. Roman operates on Roman time, which I think requires a sundial. Maybe that's part of the problem. If you're going to operate on Roman time and you've got no sun in the arena, you won't have a clue what time it is. He should probably, for Christmas, just get a digital watch. So there we go. Not that he needs anything else on his wrists. He's got his gold glove. He's got his black little wristband thing. I don't know where he's going to put a watch. He'll have to have one of those pocket watches. London Askew, shout out to you, my friend. Who is going to win? Says London Askew. Wow, it's a very good question, London. It's a very good question. Who do you think's going to win, guys? Answer London Askew in the chat. Which way do you think's going to go? Are they going to give Roman the win? Or are they going to give it to Kevin Owens and build
London
TLC?
Askew is a legend. They donated $2 via a super chat. How is going to win?
Who is going to win? I'm going to say Roman wins. I'm going to say Roman gets the pin. But we'll see what the chat says. I love this new Roman, says King. Texas says Roman. Roman with the steel stairs, smashing them into Otis. Kevin Owens from behind. Otis is dead, says Rotem. Texas thinks it's going to be Roman. Roman and Jay, says Wrestling Days fan. As we go to commercial break. Yeah, I'm thinking Roman might jump in and steal the pin. Smashing those ring steps into Otis, though. It's a nice looking spot, wasn't it? Nice looking spot. Lol. Roman sucks, says Jeremiah. Roman for the win, says LS Dub. This is the best version of Roman. I agree. Mark Clark says, where's Lars? I don't know what they're doing with Lars, actually. It's a bit strange, isn't it? Sit down, get him to reveal his deepest, darkest feelings, and then there you go again. Monica says, damn! Danny says, Days, are you British? No. I am Indian. There we go. Breaking news. Are we positive Roman isn't a fan of Thanos or something? He could be. I've never had that conversation. Roman is a god, says Texas. Asker says, I hope Lars does nothing. Mustafa says, I hope Big E is the one that wins the title from Roman. Brony says, Roman always had an aggressive side, but as a babyface, it just didn't work well. Now he's a heel. It works perfectly for him. Oh, I like that. John says, maybe Otis should start carrying a 2x4 with him so that he can channel his inner hacksaw, because that's who he's trying to be. Wow, yeah, I can see it. Oh, USA! 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 Let's go, tough guy! Oh! That would mean that we can get the foam 2x4s back. Yeah, one of the most weirdest items ever made. A foam 2x4 that you could wave in the air when Hacksaw came out. Oh! I wanted one of them as a kid. But for some reason, I never asked for one. Isn't that strange? Isn't that strange? I would have liked one because anything I can use to, hit people with. Yeah. I was never a big Hacksaw fan. As, a kid in the UK, someone running around screaming USA didn't quite resonate with me. But, he was fine. But yeah, I did want one of those 2x4s, but I never asked for one. Maybe I'll do it this year. Maybe this is the year, guys. Maybe after 21 years, I'll finally get that foam Hacksaw Jim Duggan 2x4. They should change Roman's Superman punch to the Zod punch. Yes, the Zod punch. What a Zod Roman is. Roman and Jay working together, and Kevin Owens goes down. We're approaching the final 10 minutes. Rotem says, are you the tribal chief of the Sherpa people? Yes. Yes. They all think that I'm promising them a lovely tomorrow, when actually I'm just using them for blankets. Days, just a couple of years ago, Kevin was heel champion face Roman, says Big Boy Dally. Good point. Monica says, ha ha ha, I upset the Goldberg fanboys. Brother Nero says, Days, for like 2 months, NXT tried to get the name Bam Factor over, and it didn't work so well. I honestly do not remember that. I don't know where I was for them 2 months. I don't know where I was. I'll have to have a look. Bam Factor. I mean, I remember that. I remember Blake and Murphy. I mean, I've said before, one of my favourite moments was them at Takeover Brooklyn, and they had Alexa, and they were against the Vaudevillains, and they brought out Blue Pants, who is now Leva Bates in AEW. Love that moment. But I do not remember Bam Factor. It's such a stupid name. How? Wonderful. That is a great little fact. I love that. Well done. Abdullah, shout out to you. We needed this Roman in the Shield. I think we kind of had this Roman, didn't we? Shield were heels at times. Kevin is really laying it on to Jey Uso. Uso against the ropes, holds on. Back elbow by Jey. Goes for a clothesline. Kick to the midsection. Oh, plants, Jay. 1, 2. Shoulder up. Shoulder up. Roman is head of table. But on table of 3 of Shield, he wasn't head of table. Well, there we go. Perhaps that's what turned him. Perhaps the disrespect he was shown on a table of 3 was enough for things to change. Kevin Owens wanted Roman in the ring, of Roman, like the queen that he is. No. Just a little queen impression for you there. Enjoy that. Enjoy that. That's for you, that is. One says no. Old Berg is Trashberg, says Creed. Get in the ring! Come on! Come on! Big strike by Roman. Super kick by Jay. Otis, I'm guessing, is still selling the stairs attack, which is fine. It was pretty brutal. Jay up top. What is it, Oos? Roman saying get down? Get down! Get down! How many times have I told you? Get down! You are not to climb up there. Get down! If I have to get your father. If I have to get your father. Get down! Now tag me in. No, I'm not going to tag you in. Oh, Jay. He just will not listen, this Jey Uso. Will he? He's like the evil Uso. Owens. 1, 2. Roman in. Guillotine applied. Guillotine, and there it is. Roman. Ah! Rip his head off, Roman. Rip his head off. Yeah. It's nice, isn't it? Look at that guillotine. It looks nice. Nice. Lovely. Well, we've still got 6 minutes. What are we going to do now? Watch Roman walk away. That's what we're going to do for 6 minutes. Oh, yeah, there's a bit of trouble here. A little bit of trouble in there. Jay walks away. Gets a couple of chairs. He's going to talk this out. He's going to sit down. Get this sorted. Going to talk about it. Days, Dana Brooke got a black eye for her match on Monday. That's a shame. I thought it was a good match. She didn't deserve that. Was it from Vince? Wasn't good enough. Right, here we go. Chairs. Boom. Raining down on... Can you see what they've done? They've used some stairs. They're using some chairs. Just need a ladder and a table. I think that Jey Uso should take the head of the table from Roman. He can't. He tried. He's what we like to call in life a failure. Where's Otis? He's having a little sleep. Having a little sleep. Having a little dream of Mandy Rose. Got battered with the stairs, didn't he, outside? Oh, Roman just walloped Jay with the chair. Oh, and again. Keep repeating myself. Boom. Oh, look at this. Roman turns on Jay. I mean, I shouldn't be surprised. He's a nasty piece of work. I mean, in fairness, it must be frustrating. How many times has he got to go over? Paul Heyman's like, here's your belt, here's your belt. You want my attention? Now they've all got your attention. You're trying to take me from the top. It's good, innit? Love it. I love this. Psychological stuff, man. This is really good. You're trying to take me from the top. And he looks incredible, doesn't he? Look at Roman. Looks like $1 billion. Someone said to me, that's Thor. I'd be like, oh. Hello, Mr. Thor. You and your family are going to fear me? Who said, oos, that's enough, come on, let's go? Someone said, oos, that's enough, come on, let's go. Who said that? Where did that come from? Is there another oos around? Is there an oos under the ring? Good ending. Ended 3 minutes early. So, there's me writing an angry letter. Yeah, good ending. Like that. Who was saying oos? Come on. I don't know. I think there might have been another oos. Was there a Jimmy Oos? Did Jimmy Oos come down and we just never saw him? Oh, I don't expect to be hearing ooses and not seeing them. Daisy's simping over Papa Roman. Yeah. Yeah. This is a Roman Reigns stan account, let me tell you. Roman proved himself that he is a monster. He said he's going to take his manhood. Oh my God. Is that on the line? Oh my God. Well, we've already done an eye for an eye. It is the next natural step, isn't it? If you think about it. What's worse than eye for an eye? Dinkle for a dinkle, isn't it? Dinkle for a dinkle match. Oh my God, it's going to be dinkle for dinkle. What is 2020 going to give us next? What is 2020 going to give us next? WWE Fan 14 gives it an 8 out of 10. Texas New Fake gives it an 8.03. Danny Barnhouse with an 8. LD Cool with a 9. Brendan with a 9.5. If Roman is the queen, who is Harry and who is William? It's a really good question. It's a really good question. It'd have to be the Usos, wouldn't it? Usos, basically Prince Harry. And I think that means Naomi becomes Meghan Markle. Who knew? Who knew? Naomi is Meghan Markle. 7.75 Sexy Romans. 7.15 from Hayden. Manhood for manhood match. I mean, look, we can joke, but we'd watch it, wouldn't we? I mean, maybe not the end, but we would watch the match. There's always ending 3 minutes before. Well, I've never noticed before now, Hype Man. But I've certainly noticed this week. So, it'll all get, don't worry, it'll all go in the letter. It'll all go in the letter. Otis must have said it. He's an Uso now. Otis Uso? Wow. Otis Uso? 97.5 out of 10, says Dean Winchester. What are the chances of Sting stepping into an Impact ring again soon because of the merger? We kind of covered it. I would say slim at the moment. More likely in 2021. But we don't know where this relationship's going to go, do we? At the moment, they've sent a few texts. They're arranging to go on their first date. But we can't start planning the wedding, right? We've got to take this slow, yeah? Don't start thinking about all these dream matches. We're not at the stage where we're moving in and having kids, right? It's, at the moment, there's a bit of flirting going on. That's where we are. So, just so we're on the same page. Gamer says, 7 out of 10, the ending promo from Roman was everything. It was brilliant, wasn't it? It was brilliant. Otis could have got injured, says Sean Reset. 7.75 from Wrestling Days fans. 7.5 from Austin 316. Kenny Omega should not be champion, says Derek. James Chadwick says, Days, Kenny Omega has now been officially confirmed for Impact on Tuesday. Yes. Eric, we're going to look at it. We're still trying to see what is actually going to happen and how big of a deal this is and all of that kind of stuff. Days, it gets better. The name was initially B.A.M Factor, but was then later changed to B.A.M. I do not remember any of this. I'm going to have to search that out. Just to see what time, where exact, what was I doing? How do I not remember? How did my brain not recall this? Very cool. Otis has mega evolved to Otis Uso. We need a members only chat bar where we get to speed date and do dramatic fake hookups. Okay. Can you have members? I don't know if you can even do that. I wouldn't want 2 chats on screen. Do you know what I mean? Days, your hat collection is lit. You should consider a hat sponsor. Yeah. If there is anyone out there that wants to sponsor my hat, let's do it. 100 million. Just like Khabib. Which I think's fair. I think me and Khabib are same level. And I think a lot of you would agree. Maybe Otis is the 3rd Uso. Yes. Danny Barnhouse, shout out to you. 22 says nice ending. Oh, flirty. John Costello says Otis didn't have KO's back. Where did he go? Well, he did get smashed with steps. He was selling that. Like, I would be more upset if he got up from that. I mean, like, Roman really... Do you know what I mean? I mean, short of actually chopping off his head, he, like, proper went to town on him. So, he was out. He was done, mate. He was done. Manhood for manhood. Eye for eye. Aaliyah for Murphy in a heart for heart. That's beautiful. Has the Rascals signed anywhere? I think they've signed to WWE. I believe they've signed to WWE. John says, I wonder if Kenny Omega had an extra brownie to celebrate winning the title. Well, I know I like brownies, and I'm sure he does as well. I need to try and drop a score on this show, and I've got to be honest, I think it's a really hard show to score. I think it's a really difficult... This is a hard show to score. I feel like the saturation on the camera is not brilliant, first of all. I think it's always... Right. We had proper drama then. Hang on. Oh my god. Oh, flip. I shouldn't have pressed things, should I? I shouldn't have pressed things. Oh my god, I pressed buttons. I just wanted to add a little bit of colour to the camera. I don't know why, because we finish in 10 minutes. Why did I do that? And as a result, I've gone away. Everyone thinks I've left. And they haven't left. I'm still sitting here talking. But I'm just talking to myself. Oh. Goldberg killed the lag. You're lagging. Well, I should be back now. Backstreet should be back. I actually managed to just end the stream. That's what I did. All I did was I clicked on the camera and I just wanted to change the settings to add a little bit of colour to my face, right? Because it's all a little bit drab. It's been said before. But I wanted to just add a little bit of saturation. And I just thought I wanted to end the stream. What have you done? Oh, I messed it up. Well, hopefully you can see me. I can see people saying that they can't see me. People saying it was an 8. It was an 8. I don't think it had an OMG moment to make an 8, to be honest. I thought the tributes were lovely to Pat Patterson. I thought seeing the belt was amazing. I think the rest of it was just average storylines. There was no matches that excited me. Take the Pat Patterson stuff out, and honestly, what are we looking at here? What are we looking at? I think a lot of this is like 6.5 average. Then you've got the Pat Patterson stuff, and then you've got the ending. That's how I'm looking at it. So I think this is a very average show. I don't think there's much to get the pulse racing. I don't think there's anything offensive, but I don't think there's anything amazing. So I'm going to say it's average. But then Pat Patterson, lovely. And the ending, really good. I'm probably going to say it's about 7.25. And I got to be honest, even that feels a bit high. I might go 7. I'll go 7. If it had like a big OMG moment, I might go higher. I don't know that Roman turning on Jay is an OMG moment because, you know, that family's whack, isn't it? That family's got proper dramas. So them not being on the same page isn't the biggest surprise in the world. So, yeah. I'll go with that. Jordan thinks 6.5. So I'm around that ballpark. Austin says 7. So I'm around that ballpark. I give it a 7 as well. It's an 8 for Texas New Fate. Kalisto. Not 7. More than 7, says Harley. Where was Brian? He should have helped. Tonight's show was a 7. Yeah, I think it's about that ballpark. Danny says 7 as well. Brother Nero says, Days, in October 2014, Blake and Murphy were cool. I kid you not. Team Thick. Oh my God. I need to go on a Blake and Murphy history, don't I? Please say you love Seth Rollins from me. Love you, Seth Rollins from me. Dave Streamers, 10 out of 10. Shout out to you, sir. David Conley, 10 out of 10. And says, I'm going to give it a 7. Amazing tribute to Patterson, says Monica. What's a fedora? That's cool, isn't it? I need to have a look into that moment and know if it was a botch. That's what I want to know. I said that I would fixate on it, and I am going to do exactly that. Hayden said, I was in the Thunderdome for this week's main event before Raw. I'm watching it on Watch Wrestling right now. Okay, well, there we go. On that bombshell, I think we are going to end, my friends. Thank you so much for joining us. Really do appreciate the support. I hope you had fun with this episode. I thought there was some nice moments in it. It wasn't a bad show. I think it was better than Raw. It was definitely better than Raw. Don't forget, we are back tomorrow for UFC. And, of course, we are back on Sunday for Tribute to the Troops. Awesome, my friends. Thanks a lot for watching. Hopefully, see you again next time. Bye for now.